ahead and I'm gonna give away a couple of hoodies or hats, whatever. If you want to jump in, go ahead and jump in real quick and type unburdened in the chat. All right, I'm almost at 25. We're gonna get ready to go because then we're gonna look at this trial. I know Devin's got. Did you feed the kids yet?
I ain't fed the kids yet because I'm a terrible parent. I've been working too late. I promise them I'm gonna feed them right after I jump off.
Oh, okay. Wait, what's going on here? Somebody's giving. Hold on, y'all. Somebody giving out my information. Somebody to put my phone number on the on the MARTA. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Attorney D. Williams in the building. What's happening?
Hi, thank you for the invite.
You are more than welcome. Thank you for coming through. All right, so in honor of the trial being over today, and this is going to be Black Friday, I'm trying to support other content creators and help push their channel. So Devin right here is the co-host of Informed Takes podcast. And because we're now unburdened by this trial or this part of the trial, we're going to go ahead and give away a couple things. Now, in his merch store, he has a line called Unburdened.
Yeah.
So we want to go ahead and we're just unburdened tonight. So we're going to real quick do a drawing. And welcome, D. Williams. Thank you. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what trouble we got.
We need two more, right? We need two more. Are we running it? Run it, man. Run it. If you want it, your name is in there.
I know it better not have been me. What's up, Ghost? There we go. I didn't get Devin. This weekend we gotta work on my sound effects.
we gonna get it, man. We gonna get it.
Do my sound effects. So Ghost, if you don't mind, email me dearwokec@gmail.com. Let me put that in there as well. Email me at dearwokec@gmail.com and we will make sure that you get this. And did we say 2 or 1, Devin?
We gonna give away 2. Pick another one.
You want another one? Okay, let's do it. All right, let's go. If I show up, I'm gonna scream. Home office is in the building. Home office, you two are a winner. If you don't mind, go ahead and shoot me an email, Ghosts and Home Office. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, everybody, for participating and going over to Informed Takes. Check out what they're doing. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. And we will definitely see y'all over there real soon. Devin, go feed my niece and nephews.
You got it, man. You got it.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me on. Thank y'all. Come check us out this week. Appreciate y'all.
You got it, brother. Take care, friend.
All right, now.
Go. What's going on? D. Williams, this is our first time having a conversation that wasn't in the parking lot.
And of course, my son. Hold on.
Okay, no problem. Oh, look at her. She being mom. Look at her. She's trying to look at her. You better get that homework done, boy. Stop playing with me. Get what I said about that dishwasher. Get it done. Why? Why is there a ring around that tub? Get that tub clean.
I'm dead.
I'm notorious for ad libs. When people don't give me anything done on mute, you're gonna get shenanigans.
Oh, okay. We try this again then. I'm just kidding.
Okay. I'm ready. Don't play with me.
I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure. So
At any given moment. Again. D. Williams.
What's good? I bet you only went up one time and I was walking to my car.
Yeah. But now look where we are.
I know.
We are on the other side. Okay. When we talk, by the way, first of all, tell everybody, D. Williams, tell everybody who you are, just in case anybody's not aware of who you are.
A nobody. I'm just kidding.
I bet you there's some people that are glad that you are somebody. So don't even try it.
I was the only African-American lead female attorney on the YSL case. Okay, I was representing Redalius Ryan.
There we go. Okay. That was a good intro too. I like that one too, though.
And I love anime.
And you like anime. And you drive a car that makes noises when you walk away from it.
Okay, it's not noises. If anybody's an anime fan, it's the JJK theme song. They would appreciate it.
I know JJ Fad. That's all I know.
You don't like JJK?
I know JJ Fad.
What is JJ Fad?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, y'all, we're about to tear the whole place up. Y'all.
Well, I will say they were one-hit wonder, so.
Yeah, they were.
What's a group?
Yeah, it's a female rap group from the late 80s Supersonic.
Oh, Supersonic Crush or
Loaded,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
okay.
there you go.
I know them.
I'm like, don't make me that old now.
You didn't know JJK, and that just came out like last year. So
I don't know anime though.
You should.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? It's everything. What do you mean?
50. I don't watch cartoons like that.
Oh, I don't watch cartoons.
Hold on, wait.
I watch anime.
I just watched Transformers 1 the weekend, and that thing was slapping. So
it was really good. I love Transformers. That was a good movie.
That's what I said. I stopped myself. I stopped myself.
It was good. So you can watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Are you speaking in tongues?
Do you have anime fans? Where's your chat?
There's somebody. The best live chat. Okay, in the chat, if you are an anime fan, please don't let D. Williams get over here and get all this harassment from me. Please support her. There we go. Okay. Put some respect on it. There we go.
Exactly.
Don't let her be alone.
I know some people like anime. Like, I cannot be the only weeb on here. I love anime, but I haven't watched it in a long time. That's okay. That's okay. They want you to come back. What is anime? Oh my God. Gojo, let's go, right? Can't touch me like Gojo. I have not watched One Piece. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Are you guys going to AWA? That's happening in Atlanta this next weekend. I cannot wait.
Look, Devin said it. He said he watched it. But Devin, we gotta pray for Devin. He ain't even feed my niece and nephew. So can you feed my kids, my guy? There you go, Captain Obvious. You and me.
No, somebody likes anime and manhwa. Exactly, because Solo Leveling, that's amazing. I'm going to go see the movie this weekend. Absolutely.
It is a real thing. So look, I'm a good friend. So you give me your best anime, or your favorite, and I will go watch it.
Well, I need to. Okay, so it's very vast. So I need to know, like, what's your preference? Like, do you like gore? Do you like comedy? Do you like harem? Like, do you like thrillers? Do you like what do you like? What do you like?
I am a don't judge me. I am
judging.
I like fantasy. Like, that is my thing. I like fantasy sci-fi. Like, that's my area, my genre.
Fantasy sci-fi.
Look at her fingers. She's like Dr. Evil. What the world?
No, okay, because if somebody hasn't watched the anime, you want to pick like the perfect one. Because if you pick the wrong one, then it's like, oh, I hate it. It's like, oh my God, I messed up so bad. Oh, okay. Fantasy. Let me see. Oh, you got me stressed. I gotta circle back. I have to circle back.
Okay. Well, just DM me on just DM or email me.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Just let me know.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. Y'all are the best.
Oh, everybody likes anime over here. See, you're sleeping on them. Clearly.
Clearly.
Mob Psycho. Ooh, that's a good one too. Ooh.
What is Robotech? Is that anime?
I don't know what Robotech is. You lost me on that one.
I didn't either, Beta. I didn't know it was that vast. I thought it was just,
I didn't either.
Oh no, it's that. There's so many genres. That's why it's like fantasy, but it's like, which one? Which one do I want? Which one do I want? Like, I just got pressured. I don't know. I'm stressed.
Wow. Okay, well, okay. I have something that will help unburden you of the pressure of whatever you're dealing with. And are you ready? Hold on.
Not Captain Obvious coming for me.
I'm talking faster than I'm pulling up stuff on my computer. Oh, it's not ready yet. Darn it.
I know you're
I got something that'll unburden you. You ready?
Yes.
Morning, everybody. We have a verdict. We have two verdicts. And I do not want there to be any kind of disruption or disturbance in court, regardless of what this verdict is. So, can we get the jury out, please?
Shout out to Miss Weaver's back.
Right? I want to know what Chuck she was wearing today. I bet we check her Instagram, she'll show us.
Oh, you know it. You know it. They're on there, I'm sure.
He's definitely got on the green. He's got on green in her blazer.
Oh.
Now she's a slime.
What?
Green Chuck.
Shout out to N-Dog going ahead and keeping the gang populated. Thank you so much. Dropping 5 memberships. If you got a membership from N-Dog,
right, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, here it comes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right, and was it unanimous? Yes. All right, and this verdict has been filled in and signed and dated by you, correct? Or for each defendant. All right, and I noticed that Mr. Kendrick's verdict form is dated December 2nd. Is that because that's when you all reached the verdict with regard to him? Okay. And then Mr. Stillwell's is dated today. Okay. All right, Mr. Kendrick. You have been found not guilty on all charges. Mr. Stillwell, can you please stand? You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge.
Every other.
Oh my God. It's like he couldn't even believe it. Oh my gosh. He was in disbelief. You look at Shaq in the background.
Yeah, Shaq, look, he crying.
Jury, you are officially released from further
all
service,
with
and
everybody
I
in there.
cannot express the degree of thanks that Fulton County owes you for your service. Given the length of this trial, you have paid close attention this entire time, and I appreciate your devotion, as I'm sure do the parties in this case. You are welcome to stay for the sentencing, or you can return to the jury room. I would like to speak with you in just a moment in the jury room. If you all do want to stay, you're welcome to stay. Is there any objection to the form or the legality of this verdict?
Okay, Anna.
Any from the defense?
Shoot your shot, girl. Tweet your shot. Tweet.
All right. Is there any reason that we can't go ahead and sentence?
Oh, I know that's right.
Pay attention to Yak's arm.
You may.
He kind of clutches it, so I think that something kind of went on with his arm with the situation, because he's gonna see him hugged up, kind of like over.
Oh yeah.
Over the body.
Okay. I just muted it because they're going to Georgia Seal, but the mics, it was a little bit noisy. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So if you don't mind, can you explain what the feeling is like in the courtroom? What you think it was like, D. Williams?
It was, well, we know Miss Tasha was there.
Yes.
So we know maybe Shannon's kids were there. But it's probably a sense of relief. It was when you walk into that courtroom, there's always like that weird tension. As soon as you cross into that threshold, there's weird tension. And then to know that your fate is on these jurors and nobody knows what they were thinking, because a lot of them have some great poker faces.
Man.
And there's certain people that we were a little nervous about, you know? So just to hear that not guilty,
unanimous,
sense of relief,
yeah,
maybe a little bit of resentment for the state even doing this. It took them a year to prove that somebody had a gun. They had like 3 or 4 bodies and couldn't prove not one of those.
Not one.
Like somebody said Sailor Moon. I'm sorry, distracted.
I saw it. I saw y'all are wild. Okay, here we go. We're back. Oh, she tight. Oh, her face is so
right.
tight.
Shouldn't have done this. Should have never done this.
All right, so are we going to go ahead with sentencing? Is the state, I know the state had filed a recidivist notice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do y'all intend to stand on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the recidivist is A and C recidivist. That means that I have no discretion but to sentence to the maximum on that count. And the sentence possibility is 5 to 10. I must sentence to 10 years. However, I can probate any part of that sentence at my discretion. And so the court sentence on count 64 for Mr. Stillwell is going to be 10 years to serve 2. with credit for time served, the balance served on probation.
Going home.
Just say that.
All right, I am going to recess. I'm going to recess for a moment, and we will reconvene on the status conference in a few minutes.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't bring that up. I just wanted this part because I thought the status part was a little bit long and the such like that. I'll leave it up for a second though, but it's going to end.
Or the
Oh, wait, no, I did. No, I'm sorry. Wait. I'll take that back. Sorry about that.
You have 30 days to file a motion for new trial. If you choose to do that, your attorneys will represent you on that unless they are excused from that representation by me. You also have 30 days from either this date or the date the motion for new trial is ruled upon to file a direct appeal if that's something you would like to do. And given that this is a felony conviction, you would have 4 years from the date that those direct appeals are finished to file a habeas corpus petition challenging anything about the constitutionality of this conviction and sentence. All right.
Wow. And just like that, we're done.
It's over.
Okay, I got a lot of questions. So D. Williams, I really hope that, I don't know, I might have to buy you an anime or a Funko Pop or something because I got a lot of questions. I got a lot.
It's next weekend. I cannot wait.
What is?
Anime Week in Atlanta, and I have a panel. I cannot wait.
Girl, goodbye. I can't even with you. No, don't go. Goodbye.
No, it's anime. That's
I got
me.
questions.
Well, Jason,
no.
wait a second. Before you
Wait.
get into your questions, didn't your girl tell you yesterday?
I did not come by your chat today. Did I come by your chat this morning?
You did. I need you to say it on yours too.
I came by your chat and I made sure you was properly compensated for. I was going big yesterday. I was like, no, it's gonna go till Thursday. Blah 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 blah. And lo and behold, I was wrong. I had to eat that crow. But look, hey, I'm glad to be wrong. I'm fine to be wrong with that. But I also had said that it was going to be done last week because they wanted it to be done before Thanksgiving. So I be trying to push the button. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, we have attorney D. Williams, who was Little Rod's attorney. Look, thank you so much for stopping by. I did not intend, because I have a lot of questions now. So you gonna be like, Lord, Taylor, what you got me into? This fool is still talking to me. 2 hours later. Okay, let's get at it. Let me get at it. Why did the state bring this horrible, very bad, no good, sorry, not well put together case to us in the first place? Why?
Isn't that the $1 million question? Because I would like to know that as well. I still don't know why Lil Rob was in there. That was pointless.
Facts.
I think half the people in there was pointless. Even the witnesses, like, why were they there?
Facts.
I guess they thought that they were going to get Williams, but I don't know what that was going to do because he was providing jobs to people who would probably never get these type of jobs in this type of industry.
Have you ever heard Have you heard my theory?
No, I would like to hear it.
They arrested him to rob him.
I mean, they stole his watch. Where's the watch?
No, they really did not intend. They really thought that they were going to be able to get him put away in jail, and they robbed him. I guarantee you, if Jeffrey Williams is honest, he'll real and does an inventory, there's more than a watch missing.
Oh, absolutely.
There's more than a watch missing. We were joking about cars going missing when people get them impounded. Like, if you can lose a car, if you can lose a Lamborghini, trust me, a watch is child's play. I think they robbed him. They arrested him to rob him because they never expected him to be out of jail. We're going to throw this overcharged RICO on you. You're never going to see the light of day, freedom again. And it don't matter. We done stole. We done robbed you. Okay.
Yeah, because the way this trial was going, I mean, they probably could have taken his house eventually.
I mean, really? So, okay, in the DA, and you might not know this, but you might know a little bit more than me. In the DA's office, who decides that this case who's going to run point on this case?
Usually, if it's a high profile case, it would be the elected DA.
So Fani decided Love, Hilton, Abati, Christian, and others. Is that fair?
Maybe not Christian, because he didn't come on this case in the beginning.
He was the only one that made sense. He was the only one. I'm sorry. And my name is Jason, dearwokec@gmail.com. I'm sorry. I don't think Abati, I'm sorry. He just was too sassy for me. Love was entirely too much of the opposite of her name. And Hilton, I just didn't understand what the devil was going on with you. Christian was the only one, except every now and then he would, I guess he used to work for Delta or like at the airport.
Christian?
Christian Atkins.
Every now and then. Military.
What? No, it was Atkins. It was Atkins. Every now and then his hands would start moving a lot. And I don't know if he was like, trying to get planes, or maybe he's a referee in the NFL or something. I don't know.
I liked Atkins.
Oh no, hear me. I like him. I've said that before. He's probably the best one in there. I said, if anybody gets picked off that team to join a real firm and really become and work with some other cases, it's going to be Christian Atkins.
He did have a lot of integrity for sure. I don't think he just conjured things out of thin air.
I think he tried to play for the team, though. He did try to cover, because I'm sorry, there's some instances where I really truly believe Love was outright being dishonest. And,
you think?
And not just saying like, and not trying to argue at the table. He finally didn't have to have the squeaky chair. So he's trying not to argue at the table. So he was just trying to cover for his team. But yeah, I think he's probably the best. If I found out tomorrow that he was working somewhere else, I would not be surprised. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think because he did do such a piss poor job or anything. I feel like he'll probably get promoted. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Well, maybe I should say it another way. He should be looking to go somewhere else.
I mean, he should, because this is a great step up for him to go to a private firm or do his own thing, but probably won't. Yeah. And I feel like Love and Hilton are probably going to get promoted even more somehow.
That's unfortunate. I mean, they over here spelling Lululemon like left and right. They collecting L's all over the place. They got L's.
They're going to do it again, because usually this works, because this is the first time it's probably been so highly publicized. I mean, like 10, 15 years ago, they were able to convict teachers of RICO. So obviously, these uneducated Black boys should be easy. And it didn't work.
It didn't work.
I love that.
Okay. How much do you think this costs?
Millions. Easy. Millions. Easy. From all the paper they did, all the evidence, all the officers doing overtime, the transportation to and from the jail, providing food, like paying the jurors.
Girl, okay, let's be honest. They didn't pay them jurors enough.
I mean, they didn't, but this had to be millions easily. And sometimes how Glanville had us there till I think like 10 o'clock one night. That's overtime for everybody that had to stay.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. So much paper, because paper starts adding up after a while, and having people go serve subpoenas, getting witnesses. They put one of the witnesses in a hotel or something. I forgot which one, but they put one of them in a hotel. Like, it costs a lot.
The Infinity expert.
Oh yeah, him too. I forgot about him. That's a plane right there. I forgot about him.
Right, there was at least 2, maybe even 3 witnesses that they brought in from outside of Georgia.
Right, because you need an Infinity expert.
He was the service manager.
Which is crazy. I feel like you could have got anybody that liked cars to be like, that's an Infinity.
Right.
And then when he said, is that not the same car? I was like, gold. Okay, Keith Adams, I see you. That was my favorite.
All right. Help us out. After the infamous, and I apologize, I'm kind of jumping all over because I did not expect you to come on. So now you're going to get it. So text all your friends, like, don't go on Jason's channel because he didn't take his ADHD medicine. Okay, here comes. All right. After the infamous Germany email where the Uber driver was talking about how in Memphis they had RICO and he's so proud of Georgia. And remember the whole Fonnie Willis replied all about how great Adrian Love was doing.
Yes.
Why did the next day she disappear? You're doing such a great job, girl. You better sit your butt down. No, you ain't going down to One Charlie. Go on somewhere else and sit down. So
she did disappear.
She did disappear. Like, what happened with that? Any idea what happened with her?
I don't, because I know a body flew in and then she was kind of gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was curious about what happened as well.
Right after she was so wonderfully, she had gotten all those good accolades, all that.
Because she's amazing.
Amazing.
And if only Tennessee had RICO charges, they could clean up the crime, because Tennessee is riddled like those bullets with gangs.
Right. Oh my gosh. Did we drop you, or did you step out? Did we drop you, or did you step out? Okay, okay, she stepped out. Okay. I was like, Lord, I hope I didn't accidentally move my mouse and kick her out of there. She said it right here. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Now, D. Williams, you all moved out of the trial back in the end of October. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, what happened with your particular client and such of that nature?
At the end, where what happened?
I'm saying when Little Rod, what happened with Little Rod? How about that one? Explain to us a little bit more precisely what happened with Mr. Rondarius Ryan.
Oh, like after he took the plea, or?
Yeah. Yes.
I wasn't there.
Okay. You don't know what happened? I'm sorry.
So, okay. I planned a vacation in July of 2023.
Okay.
For my birthday in October of 2024.
You can't do that.
And I was like, oh, well, the state is saying that it's only going to take 6 months, maybe 9 months to present their case. And so I was like, okay, at worst, we start in January, and maybe the worst, September 2024 will be done.
Okay.
Whoops.
Whoops. Right.
I'm not sure what conversations were had. I know when it comes to pleas, clients are in charge. Oh, baby!
There we go.
So cute.
Hey there, cutie pie. How are you?
Hi. She's so cute.
Well, apparently, Dad has to make a run, so I'm actually gonna have to drop off because I need to be with the baby because I don't trust the little people. So other people, I don't trust them. So
you don't trust them?
No.
That's okay.
Hi.
You don't trust them either. Okay.
I don't trust them either.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Hit the button. All right. We'll see you soon, Taylor. Thank you for stopping through, friend.
Say hi. Say bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
See you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm sorry I
always. Always good. No problem at all. Take care, friend.
She's so cute. I'm sorry.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, so I don't know what conversations were had, but I know normally when it comes to clients and their cases, they're the only ones who get to decide whether they're going to trial or whether they're taking a plea.
Got it.
So I know 100% it was all his choice that he wanted maybe just to be done with it. And then also because Judge Whitaker kind of held everybody hostage, right? Like she stopped trial, she kicked all the media out, and there was really no legal reason to do that. And so who knows how, like, could she have held us for a month unless somebody took a plea? Maybe. And who wants to prolong something?
No, I'm totally with you. I totally agree. Now, as we're looking at the next batch of defendants, do you think now, I don't know, did you hear Judge Whitaker later on today? She was really pressing, really strongly intimating that plea deals need to be happening.
That's what she did this time too.
Right, but she was. I don't know. I just got the vibe like it was landing differently than when she came in right after Glanville. I feel like it just. Everybody's like, "Why? What are you talking about?" But now we're like, "Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and see what y'all got." I just thought she was really saying like, "Hey, y'all need to get some plea deals up in here. Y'all better not come in here talking about you have not had a plea deal or at least had a conversation about it." That's what I got.
Well, I think after a whole year long, well, it was a year-long trial, but we were doing jury selection for 11 months.
Right.
So
That's
everybody
crazy.
else was on trial. We were on trial for like a year prior.
Right.
And so I think she is like, okay, what we're not going to do is this. Give
Fact.
some actual pleas that people will actually take. None of this, okay, we're going to give you a plea for life. Of course they're going to just take it. They're going to take it to trial. Why would they not? So I think she's trying to let them know, like, okay, you guys see how you presented this. I don't think you guys can do this any better unless you get rid of a lot of this.
Right.
But I don't. They can't do another reindictment. You can only do it twice. After the second time, it's gone. So they can't do it again.
Gotcha.
They can dismiss a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll do that because this was horrible.
What do you think would have? You said it was horrible. I agree with you 100%. Besides the obvious, let's say the case had to be brought no matter what. Mm-hmm. What could have made it work better in your mind?
Maybe charging the people, like not charging the people involved, but maybe keeping it to a smaller group.
Okay.
Because the whole time me and Ryan were sitting there, everybody was like, why are they there? Good question.
Right. That's a fantastic question.
I would like to know that too. He was 10 years old when all this. I would love to know. If you guys know the answer to that, that'd be great.
I agree.
Right. So I think maybe smaller groups, maybe not going back to 2013. Maybe not killing off Nut every week for the past 6 months. Because I think the way they kept weaving it in and out, it got a little confusing.
Wait. I love how you said a little confusing. That's adorable. Girl, I had no idea. They had me thinking I did it. Okay. I live here in Georgia. They had me thinking like, wait, where was I? I don't know
for real. Because it's like laundromat, Nut. The shooting at a gas station, Nut. What, a robbery?
McDonald's?
Nut. Like
Sky House, Miami?
Right? Like this person shot at a cop. Nut. What? What are we talking about?
No, I agree.
So I 100%. Think it was so confusing, and they just should have kept it a little bit tighter. And instead of trying to conjure things out of thin air, look at your actual evidence. Don't keep trying things that you guys already got convictions of, because now we see they were trash convictions.
They were. Do you feel like the RICO itself created the problem? Rather than saying, hey, let me charge attorney D. Williams for this, not D. Williams and Jason and Taylor for all this conspiracy shenanigans. Just say, hey, this is what D. Williams did. D. Williams did this, and she shouldn't have done it. It was bad. It was wrong that she did it. Let's throw the book at her, rather than try to make this whole enterprise. What do you think?
Yeah, I still, to this day, don't think YSL is a gang. I don't think it's an enterprise. I don't think Williams is like this grand master that was pulling these strings. For sure. Like even for my client, like, first off, my client never did it. But for them to be like, oh, well, he did it because Williams told him to, I did not see any of that.
Facts.
They went through all the, so whatever most people don't know, when they give us the Instagram returns, it's about 10,000 pages per return. So you're supposed to read through all of that.
wait, when you say Instagram returns, what do you mean?
Yeah,
like
so
the comments and the pictures.
Your entire Instagram for that period, but it's not put together like you see it, like how you can scroll. You can maybe just go through pictures and pictures. It doesn't look like that. So you just get a bunch of messages that are not in order. You get a bunch of comments that are not in order. There'll be a link to the picture, but it's not right there. Right. So you have to go through that, piece it together.
Wow.
It's a lot. And I didn't see anything that mentioned the victim prior to him passing away. And I was like, so if he was supposed to be part of the, because like this was a conspiracy that they lured him in there, why was his name not mentioned before?
Facts. Okay.
Like they never had a beef with each other. They never talked to each other. So I was like, that's interesting that you guys think this is part of the conspiracy. I'm a little lost on what the conspiracy is, because it seemed like every time somebody did something wrong on tour with Williams, he was like, oh, you got to go. You can't work for me.
Right.
But you're telling me that he's telling people to go rob people?
For what?
That doesn't make sense. So I was like, it was confusing. I was lost, and they did a trash job. It was trash.
So, okay, was it the case was trash? So let's say you have really bad ingredients, but you have a good chef. Or do you have really good ingredients and a bad chef? Or probably what we all know, you had trash ingredients and you had a trash chef.
And then you get a trash case. What?
Trash cake. Why does this case taste like grass? Because that's what it was.
Right. You can't fix it. Like there's nothing that they could have done. They would have had to charge it based on the evidence, and that's not what they did. They really wanted Williams to be like this big kingpin. And okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know who he was before this trial. I did not. I just knew it was a Jeffrey Williams, and I was like, I don't know who that is.
No, I got
and
you.
I heard of a Sergio Kitchens. I did not know who that was.
Right.
And then got on this case, listening to like Brian Still, Keith Adams talk about, their client. I was like, wait a minute. What?
Right.
I was like, it sounds like he really is just bringing jobs here. And he's bringing light to the community. Like, RICO where?
Like, who's RICO? Well, don't worry. I'm pretty certain anybody that's been following this case for a while, you might not know D. Williams, but don't worry about it. I think I know what happened to RICO.
Where'd he go?
Vera, she's a troll that has been trolling all of our channels for the longest. But after Jeffrey Williams pled out, Vera disappeared. I think Vera and RICO got married and they eloped. Somewhere at a farm in Montana or something. That's it. That's what happened to him.
I mean, I believe it because and then the fact that the jury came back in 4 days on a trial that took almost a year.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
No, I'm fine with that. I was getting a little nervous at, this morning. I was like, oh goodness, if this goes any further, this might go another way. So like I said, I wanted him to throw it out from the word go, but I'm glad they took their time.
I thought it was going to be on Monday. I'm not going to lie. Monday, I was like, okay, Monday. Oh, they're for sure going to get this, like, not guilty across the board. Cannot wait. And then I was like, y'all still deliberating? I was like, I guess that's good. I just assumed that it was going to be done.
Right. I just thought so too. And shout out to Kia Johnson, because I've said this. I hope that this is a byproduct of this case, that counties can no longer bring RICOs. They have to submit them to the state AG or the feds. Because am I right that Paul Howard, this information was available to Paul Howard, and he said too much of it is riding on untrustworthy, and I believe he actually said Kenneth Copeland witnesses.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was told, but I can't verify it, so I'm just...
But that makes sense because it was during the Paul Howard reign when supposedly the majority of this stuff happened.
Facts.
And he never brought it forward, probably because there's nothing you can do. You can't prove it.
Right.
And I also agree. I've always said this too. I think only the feds should be able to bring a RICO. I'm not saying when they do it, it's perfect, but I think they might have a little bit more evidence and they don't just conjure things out of thin air, because I don't think the judges would go for that. Facts.
And I think they're just a little bit more efficient. And again, not saying they're perfect,
right?
But we see, what would you rather have had? Fonnie Willis or the feds? Like, let's tell the truth, shame the devil. I would much rather the feds run this point rather than Fonnie Willis, because the amount of trouble and hijinks and problems that have come up are embarrassing.
I don't think the feds would have if they would have brought it, I don't think it would have been 28 co-defendants. It probably would have been maybe 6 total.
Right.
And I honestly still don't think Williams would have been a part of it.
I don't understand what he was doing. Like, what are you doing, sir?
Like, oh no, he's funding an enterprise of a valid business.
I mean, and the fact that you didn't actually investigate or scour his financial records of this enterprise, but it were available to you,
right?
That's gonna have to be a problem.
Yeah, the way that because my client only had the one RICO charge, and it was only based on, I think, about 4 acts, and that's it. And 3 of the acts came from like the murder, and then 2 aggravated assaults. So there was just one other that was just Instagram. So when you guys were getting it, when you guys were getting the information of the evidence and everything, me too. So I was like, okay, so I'm about to see some bank records, like somebody was killed, and then we're about to see some like a financial transaction or something. Like something happens, and then we see a car. Something happens, we see I thought it was gonna be that. And when none of that was happening, I was like, oh, this is really about lyrics.
It's really so I'm glad you brought that up. Let's go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off for a hot second. Please tell me they did not try to convince us that somebody living today is worth $24 million deceased. You really want me to believe that Jeffrey Williams wanted somebody deleted for $24 million? Really?
Wait, the 24 million, isn't that the when Lil Uzi Vert had the diamond and everybody on the internet was like, we should rob him, and nobody meant it? And everybody was like, oh no, Lil Uzi Vert probably has hands, don't do that.
Right, like, and he's probably not worth that much, period. Like, help me understand. You can get a crackhead to take care of him for $24. Why do I need to pay $24 million for it? Think.
Right, 24 million. Like, come on, and nobody's gonna do that over text message for real anyway. Like, no, come to my house, get naked, and let's have a conversation.
Right. Wait, what?
Right, that was crazy too. I was like, nah, he's trying to help his community. You guys are like, nope, we're gonna attack you for that. I feel bad for anybody who wants to be an entertainer in Fulton County, because they're gonna come for you. Don't you dare talk about your community, how the cops are doing you wrong. You're gonna get a RICO.
Right. I mean, well, my whole live chat has been we are all unindicted co-conspirators anyway. So
I know I am. I've been saying slat, slime, snake emojis all the time.
Oh, okay, then welcome. You're welcome.
Exactly. I should get a snake on my car just because.
No, I'm gonna need you not to do that.
I mean, I might as well. Milkshake snakes are really cute.
I love you. But yeah, I'm like, okay, it's really hard to wrap my mind around the idea. And Doug said it really well. I do disagree with some of the way that Doug argued against the rap lyrics being used, because I don't think he really shined the light on the fact that what these men are rapping about and what they're being accused of doing are nowhere in the same solar system. And I really think that sure. Jason is over here rapping about, doing crimes and misdemeanors, throwing gerbils at people. But Jason is being arrested for robbing somebody. Those are not congruent. And I don't think that they really pointed that out enough for Judge Whitaker or Judge Glanville. Now, I do think Glanville had a bias to start with as it relates to rap music. You were there, but I watched the motion hearing. I did a long video on it. I actually read Rap on Trial and such like that. I understand why Glanville made the decision that he made. However, I just thought that the optics was really funny that you have a straight-laced former military high-ranking person.
General.
Okay, there we go. And you had like 3 over 50 men of less melanin trying to explain the lyrics of the sub 30 highly melanated crowd. That made no sense to me. I'm like, nobody thought that maybe you should have a black man at least try to explain trap music before, not 3 people that don't look like they ever travel south of 20.
Right. I was walking into the trial, I was happy because I was like, oh, we got a black judge, we got black DAs, like, okay, this should be cool. And then to hear them bring in like you said, other people of non-melanin to talk about it, I was baffled because I thought everybody knew where rap music stemmed from. Like, it was a form of protest to be like, okay, you guys aren't listening to us. You guys are putting us in jail. You're destroying our communities. we need everybody to know about this. And that's what they did. And then for them to weaponize it was frustrating, because I understand too, like if somebody actually does a rap and it's like a literal confession, but
that's a whole different game.
Right. That's completely different. But even if you're rapping about somebody else or what they did, and they've already been tried for it or already been convicted, already took a plea, why are you using that back against them to be like, oh, well, he shot him in the head, blah, 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 blah. Didn't they go to jail for that? They did. Okay, RICO. What? Because he's telling a story of what happened in his community?
And in the motion hearing, they talked about, or in the motion hearing, they talked about Slick Rick and children's stories.
Storyteller.
I'm like, are you kidding me? You really want me to believe that this is the story of a little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said? I'm like, me and you can't. We're gonna make some cash, robbing old folks and making a dash. That's what you want me to believe is a story? You people are crazy. But
right.
So I don't think that rap should have been used at all. I don't think, unless it is a true admission, unless it can be shown a 1-for-1 admission. Jason said he's going to throw the gerbil. Jason threw the gerbil at D. Williams. There you go. There we go. There is his admission. Otherwise, it's off the table. But, and we watched a lot of it. We saw a lot of it from being a part of a rap video, and you just bopping up and down. The music ain't even playing. They add the music as an overlay after the fact, and now I got a RICO.
Right.
It was
and then when
wild.
they played it over some crimes and stuff, I was like, are y'all for real? Because you could probably pick any rapper that has never been to Georgia and lay it over this, and it'll fit. So I was like, you guys cannot, like, you guys did not have your IT department do that. That is so disgusting.
They did.
Like, at least at least say there's 4 of us in the car. We drove down the street. We had these type of weapons. We saw him fall. 100 bullets in a Tahoe, that means nothing. I'm sorry.
No, 100 rounds. 100 rounds.
My bad. 100 rounds.
100 rounds in a Tahoe.
100 rounds in the Tahoe. That
bodies on bodies on bodies.
But I feel like I've heard people say that all the time. And Tahoes are, I think, pretty common. I don't think it was specific to him. Or maybe he heard about it. And he was rapping about something that happened in his community, which makes sense. It's his community.
You're right. It is a very interesting, and I hope that I do hope that this is the last time we see this, because it's or without some kind of high level pushback.
It's not. I mean, but why would it? Because before the cameras were in there, people were getting charged with RICO all the time. Are they getting charged for murders? And it doesn't make sense.
No, I agree 100%.
Usually there's no cameras, and they make up things out of thin air, and the jury's like, you know what? I believe you. Guilty. Oh, so, did he begin to trust me and put his faith in me? It was a very rocky start.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that way? Was there something that happened or transpired that maybe caused him to be a little bit more open to you? You feel? Y'all watch anime? Okay, stop.
I did get him to watch anime. Haha. I did.
Gosh.
I did. There's a great one called Death Note. It's amazing. It's very like philosophical, if you will. It's a thriller, cat and mouse. I think, I have to get on my soapbox about public defenders, because I feel like people have a distrust in public defenders. And for the most part, even with private attorneys, those are the people who are going to ride for you all the way till it's over.
Correct.
Because no matter what, they're going to get paid whether you go to trial or not. So nobody's like, okay, just take a plea. Like, no, if a public defender, for the most part, is taking a plea, saying take a plea, they know the evidence that's against you. They know, like, oh, this isn't going to be good for us. We don't want anybody to hear about this. And they're trying to look out for you. But I want to say back in the day, maybe, there were public defenders who were just like, just take a plea because I don't want to work. And that's completely different.
Got you.
But now you get a lot of us that are very passionate.
Right.
And I think the distrust comes from like the older community, and they pass it down, and pass it down. So Lil Rod didn't pick me. And if you don't get to pick your attorney, and this is like a big case, of course you're going to have static. Because like, I don't know you. I don't know what you're about. Who are you? And then I come in there all bubbly, smiling, talking about anime. Who would like their public defender to talk about that?
Not me. Not me. But also, you know what? If I have a public defender, I'm in so much trouble. I guess you're gonna be talking about whatever.
That. But everybody,
I don't want to ever need a public defender. Let me say it like that. If I ever need an attorney, period, I don't want to be in court.
There we go.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Because as
I'm
a
allergic to court
too, we have seen, like, I'm not a public defender anymore. I was appointed counsel, so I'm private. But I remember when I was a public defender, I used to see people pay money to a private attorney, and that attorney would never even put an entry of appearance and not represent them. So they spent $20,000 and their attorney didn't even show up. Right. So just because you pay somebody doesn't mean anything.
Well, I can tell you, like, the thought process that I have is, if I am paying for it, I'm getting a different type of service than if somebody is doing it for free or pro bono. I'm just saying that's the thought. I'm not agreeing with it. And you're definitely helping even me right now to reconsider the way I think about public defenders. But again, I think that's the general consensus, is like, the coffee that's free in the office is free, or I could go down to Dunkin' or Starbucks and pay $5, and at least I feel like it's better coffee, even though I might be lying to myself.
Well, because you appreciate it more, because it's your money, so you appreciate it.
Yeah.
When you don't pay for something, you're like, oh, this is trash. And my co-counsel, Leah Bassi, I met her at the public defender's office, and she was always a zealous advocate. She's always been that way. And she was one of the people who taught me when I was first an attorney. So come on.
Okay. No.
Like I said, certain people, I mean, even if you were to pay them, you're still going to get trash service. It just depends. So, I mean, but a lot of people just don't trust their public defenders. And I remember when I first started at the Clayton County Public Defender's Office, I was working with Tupac's attorney.
Wow. Okay.
Right. He's a public defender. And Tupac did pretty good until he went to New York.
Oh.
Right. He never got in trouble like that because his attorney was writing for him. And then he decided, like, okay, I made enough money. I just want to be a public defender. And there's a lot of them that do that too.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, like, stop talking about public defenders. We're not all horrible.
Oh no, I hope that's not the tenor. Now,
yeah, no, it's just, and then a lot of people, because they do distrust us, they don't tell us the full story. So if you don't tell me the full story, and then I have to find out on the stand from this witness what they're saying happened, and the evidence is fitting what this witness is saying, probably could have better prepared for that if you would have just told me the truth.
I got you.
But a lot of people are like, no, I don't trust you. I'm not telling you anything. And it's like, well, my public defender didn't do anything. Did you tell them the truth?
Nope.
Did you prepare them for what could happen? So let's be real.
So, and speaking of being real, just real quick, I did a review of your opening statement. I'm gonna just drop the link in the chat, but I did a review of your opening statement. I thought it was fantastic, and I do think that you were very passionate about Brother Rod. So I do think that he got the right type of he got the right type of attorney. So let me just real quick drop that in there for you. But no, because I thought you did a great. I actually did a review of everybody's opening statements. So I just went over them all.
Okay, for the record, a juror. So we had to, do jury questionnaires, and we were able to ask them things. And on the question, it said, "What do you like to do for fun?" What did the juror say? Watch anime.
Watch anime.
I was like, that's my juror. I'm connecting with her. And nobody else knew how to, like, talk to her. Nobody else knew, like, what to say to her. I was like, she's mine. Don't worry about it. That's my juror. I'm not worried about it. So
y'all was besties. Okay.
Oh, somebody's giving me slime love.
There we go. Yeah. And anybody who jumped in and maybe doesn't know, this is Attorney D. Williams. I want to make sure. Attorney D. Williams from the YSL trial. She stopped by to surprise us tonight and bless us with her presence. Talk to us about anime as well as what she thinks about ADA love. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm not going to do too much slander or talk too negatively about them because I'm pretty sure
the chat will cover you. Don't worry, the chat's got you covered.
I just I still like ADA Hilton and ADA Love as as people. I do like them. I don't like what they. I don't like that they wholeheartedly believe that this is really a RICO.
Okay, I got a question. I don't think they believe it though.
Yes, they do. They wholeheartedly believe it.
Okay, can I explain why I don't why I believe that?
Sure.
And you're converting me, so you're welcome to help me. I really believe that this is I hate to say it's like this clock punching. I really felt like this, like, look, this is what I got to do to get this, $50 million check, whatever. I'm just punching this clock. I'm sorry, I didn't get any. They were so unprepared. They were so discombobulated, so scrambling and scraping. Girl, they had that man up there drawing numbers on the chart paper. My live chat will tell you, I lost my ever-loving mind. I'm like, this dude is about to go to jail. You're literally trying to kill a man, and you got this dude up here drawing on chart paper. I don't think that I'm sorry. I don't think that they really believed it, because I'm thinking in my mind, if I really believe this, I'm putting out my best. If I believe that D. Williams is this type of person, I'm putting out my best evidence. I'm giving you the best, clear, most compelling narrative that make y'all think, you know what? D. Williams is a low down, rotten, dirty, good for nothing. You're right, Jason. Yes, you're right. Nobody's up there jumping and cheering. I promise you, I would have slaughtered dearwokec@gmail.com. I would have slaughtered that opening statement if Adrian Love had just said, Jason, can you please help me? Oh, by the way, D. Williams, you might not know this. I'm a former classroom teacher. I actually taught at Cleveland Avenue Elementary School. So I know a lot of this that they're dealing with.
Okay.
If she had reached out to me, we would be having a whole different story right now. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because what she did with that Jungle Book is a crime, okay? Disney is writing up RICO charges on Adrian Love for what she did with that Jungle Book.
That was
ridiculous.
Crazy. You brought up Jungle Book, I brought up Bleach. Let's do some tall tales. We can do it together.
So I am not convinced. And I'm always thinking like, okay, if you really believe in something, you're going to put in the best effort, if you will.
That's not true, because if you could just do a trash job like they did with my client in his first murder trial and get a conviction, why raise the bar?
Because this was a RICO and I got like 7,511 people on. How many attorneys were in there that day? The opening day was crazy. I'm just thinking like, I don't think that I'm just not, but you know them more perfectly than I do. So I'm only going from the little bit that I met them in person and what I've seen on the screen. I just don't get that they were really believing in it.
But if it works, and you usually get convictions, every time you go to trial, you get a conviction, get a conviction. You're able to run the judge like he's your little puppet. What are we changing? I mean, for a DA, the most important thing, you would think it would be justice on their side, but it's not. It's a conviction. Because if they looked at the evidence, they would have never been like, let's go back to 2013. They would have just focused on the murders by themselves. Like, honestly, if they would have just focused on the murders by themselves and that's it, and not did this whole RICO thing, might have been a little bit scary.
No, I concur 100%. But see, that's where I said earlier with, if they just went after like, okay, we're going after D. Williams because she has a blue blouse on.
Right.
Here's the evidence. Here's the pictures. Here's the blue blouse. Throw her in jail. But not trying to lump all of us together. That's where I think the problems came apart. That's
exactly what happened, because it was too confusing. And they killed Nut for 6 months straight. They kept going back and forth. I was like, was he at the laundromat?
Right. Or was he at the McDonald's?
Gas station?
Yeah.
Was he in New Orleans? Like, why is Birdman in this?
I'm still surprised they didn't bring, as much as they talked about them, I'm really surprised they did not try to get them to come in and testify.
I'm not going to lie. I am a Lil Wayne stan. So when I saw he was on The Witness, I was like, oh my God, I get to meet Lil Wayne. I'm so excited. I was like, oh my God, like, is he going to bring Drake? Is he going to bring Nicki Minaj? Like, I was so excited.
I cannot stand you.
And then because Nicki Minaj, because I do like K-pop, because I know she has a song with BTS. I was like, oh my god! Oh, I hope they bring the whole crew. I hope they bring the whole crew.
They're not doing a concert in One Charlie. We're not doing a concert, D. Williams.
But we did have several concerts. What do you mean?
I don't know what that was.
Because that's when I first heard like Jeffrey Williams music. I was like, this is a bop. Okay, lifestyle. I like this one. Like a lot of his songs, I was like, that's a banger. Okay, I like that. I hope he works with some K-pop artists in the future. That would be lovely.
You're wild. He needs to go do something. He needs to do something very low key. When maybe he should go K-pop. Maybe he should go over to Korea and do something.
Honestly, your favorite producer was probably in Korea producing some beats. You'd be surprised. They have some trap music in Korea. I was like, wait a minute, who is this? And I look him up. I'd be like, Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley.
Right. Like Sierra has a song with this group called XG. And I was like, Sierra, like, what are you doing over here?
Look.
You'd be surprised. Missy Elliott has a few with them. I'm like, y'all sleeping on K-pop. Y'all sleep.
I'm gonna keep sleeping on K-pop. Let me just tell you.
Megan Thee Stallion, she did something with Twice. I was like, go ahead, Meg.
I'm gonna keep sleeping.
Wake up.
I'm unburdened.
Wake up.
I'm unburdened.
I'm gonna burden you with some K-pop.
You wild. So all right, so let's look at and I should have, if I had known that I was gonna have such an esteemed guest, I would have brought your did you all do a presser immediately after your plea? Did you all do a presser? Yeah, you did.
I don't think so.
Didn't you and her? Wait,
I wasn't there, remember?
No, you were not there. You were not there.
I was on a cruise. I was in another country.
Well, there you go.
I found out when I was walking to my ship because my phone was blowing up. I had like 100 messages. I was like, that's way more than usual.
What cruise line?
Royal Caribbean.
Come on. Oh, now we can talk. Oh, we can talk. I love Royal.
Okay, but Carnival's a little bit more fun. Yes.
No. Well, no, Carnival's a little bit more fun for the wrong reasons. Y'all going to do that? I'm gonna stay right here on Royal. I'll be on Icon in 17 days.
Oh my god, I want to go on Icon. Oh my god, so cute. My best friend went on that one. He loved it.
Lady Dear World Christian loves the newest ship, so we'll be on there.
Oh, I want to go on Virgin.
I'm fine right here with Royal.
I want to try Virgin because like no kids. What? Everything is super all inclusive. Like I want to go on Virgin, and there's a hammock on your balcony. Absolutely.
Okay. I like taking my kids with me, but they're big kids now. They're big kids.
Oh.
I like giving them experiences. I love that they get experiences that they don't.
My parents took me on cruises too, but I mean, yeah, Raynette, we did teach Koreans how to fry chicken. You're right. It was actually, I think, the Korean War. A lot of black military members went over there, and they had to use what they could to fry chicken. And then the Koreans were like, okay, we don't have that, but we have this. And somehow they did an amazing job because I love Korean fried chicken. I'm such a stereotype.
Okay. All right. So let's bring in this presser. There was, it's real quick. I'm gonna play just the verdict because some people were asking what was the verdict. So we're gonna play that.
Not
and then
guilty.
Yeah, so let's hear it. So you can hear it from Judge Whitaker. It's gonna be super short, and then we'll bring in Max and Doug's press conference afterwards.
Morning, everybody. We have a verdict. We have two verdicts. And I do not want there to be any kind of disruption or disturbance in court, regardless of what this verdict is. So, can we get the jury out, please?
My favorite, second born. All right, love you.
All rise for the jury. Pause your President accounted for.
All right, thank you very much.
Here it comes.
All right, Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right. And was it unanimous? Yes. All right. And this verdict has been filled in and signed and dated by you, correct? Or for each defendant? All right. And I noticed that Mr. Kendrick's verdict form is dated December 2nd. Is that because that's when you all reached the verdict with regard to him? Okay. And then Mr. Stillwell's is dated today. Okay. All right, Mr. Kendrick, you have been found not guilty on all charges.
I know that's right.
Wow.
Mr. Stillwell.
Oh, I know that's right. Oh my God.
Can you please stand? You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge.
Because RICO is where? Oh, like Amethyst Angel said, on vacation with me.
On vacation. All right. So,
oh my gosh. And look at Shaq. Shaq
oh,
was,
wait, bring it back.
sorry. See Shaq?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we all bonded. Like we were together for 2 years.
Now he is a law student.
No, he's just a legal assistant.
Legal assistant. Okay, I'm sorry. But no, man, that was she was not playing. Judge Whitaker said, look, we're about to get this done with. I'm tired of this.
You guys dragged it for a year for what? She didn't even see a RICO. I'm surprised she just didn't do a directed verdict, but I guess the state would have like, no, we want to appeal this or whatever. So I get it, but still.
Let me ask you a question. How much do you think when the smoke clears, and I no, wait, we already asked you, you said multi-millions. I'm sorry. I was asking how much do you think they wasted? And I mean, because they really wasted. I mean, you got nothing out of this.
Right.
You got nothing out of this but shame and despair, egg on your face. Nothing really came of this that is worth, big chesting about or anything. It looks crazy. Oh my gosh. So let's bring this in. Let's talk about this.
What they got out of this, because like I said, I never heard of Williams before. Not because I'm super ignorant about hip hop or anything, but that wasn't my type of music. And they made him look like a saint to me.
I mean, really?
He really was trying to literally help his community, maybe jump on some people's, Instagram, because, people become content creators. They become influencers. So if sometimes you have Young Thug pop on your Instagram, your views are going up. And you never know what you're going to get with that. He has a clothing line. He might say, you know what? I like how you dress or whatever. I'm going to start sending you some clothes. So maybe that'll help you. Like, he was helping everybody. And like, once you steal from him or somebody he associates with, you're gone.
Right.
So I have like so much more respect for him that I'm just like, I would have never known if it wasn't for this trial. So I guess thank you for making him look like an angel.
I'm telling you, Young Thug needs to have an album out or a project out before Christmas. I'm telling you.
Right?
He needs to go back to old school 80s style, do the Young Thug Christmas album.
If he does, what is it, Jingle Bells that DMX did? What song did DMX do? Because that was hilarious.
Now I gotta look it up. I don't remember, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Or he needs to do a remake of Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto. That would kill it. If Young Thug, hear me right here, Jeffrey, I don't even need any royalties. Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto. It needs to be out next weekend. Come on.
And then put some of the neighborhood kids on it and then let them have some money too. And they're going to be like, oh, you know what? RICO. Because you guys were all on the album and there was a snake on the cover.
Oh my God.
That's all it takes. Britney Spears, be careful. You had a snake in your MTV Awards.
She going through some stuff right now.
Right?
She going through some stuff for sure.
Leave Britney alone. I'm just kidding.
I don't know about Britney. I just want Jeffrey Williams to do Santa Claus Go Straight to the Ghetto. That's it. A little Christmas tree. The Jackson 5 little Christmas tree. Come on.
And then get the neighborhood kids to be on it.
My favorite things featuring Gunna. Come on.
And yeah, because he's a free man.
Right.
Oh, that would be great. The reunion.
Jeffrey Williams needs to do a Christmas album. It needs to happen. Bring it back old school.
For real.
Old school Christmas album.
Called Take It to the North Pole.
Because he got to get out of Georgia. So he must
take it to the pole.
Please don't give them any ideas. Don't give him those ideas, please. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. Yeah. Let's leave the North Pole alone. That messed it up.
Hey, it'll be
All right.
red day.
Let's see what Max and Doug had to say.
I haven't seen this.
30-year-old
Nor have I.
about turning his life around and having a second chance at life and making it mean something and being there for one's children and for one's family. So I'm just so happy, excited for Shannon. I'm happy and excited for his grandmother, who I was able to hug, and I'm happy for his kids, and I'm just very hopeful that this is a turning point and there's great things coming in the future.
Max, is this a fair and just verdict, do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The jurors, we asked so much of the jurors, and they really scrutinized the evidence, and they demanded real evidence, and it wasn't there. And so we are thankful for the jurors, and it's just a great day.
Did you have a chance to talk to the jurors?
I did, and I'm not going to comment on the discussions with the jurors, but I will just say I think the fact that they deliberated for 4 days, and also that just the amount of time that they put in, they certainly scrutinized everything, and they did their jobs as jurors, and we are appreciative of that and so thankful.
Can you reiterate again what he was only found guilty on one charge and what that means for the future, him getting released, all that stuff?
So he was found guilty of possession of a firearm on March 17th, not the day of any of any other crimes. It was the day that he was arrested.
Okay.
And there was a gun that was registered to his girlfriend that was found near the scene of where he was arrested, and that's what he was convicted of. Judge Whitaker, we are so thankful to her for having an open mind. A lot of times when you take a case to trial, you just get the maximum sentence for daring to take on the state. Judge Whitaker did not see it that way. She gave Mr. Stillwell a time-served sentence for the time that he has served, followed by probation. Mr. Stillwell has a couple, or I think one other criminal matter that needs to be resolved. I am hopeful and optimistic. It's nothing like this case. It's a case that was picked up while incarcerated. And we're hopeful that there will be a quick resolution to that case, and Mr. Stillwell will be able to get back to his life and his children and his family.
You think he'll be home by Christmas? Is that
I'm hoping.
Okay.
That's not unrealistic.
I know you don't want to get into exactly what the jurors said, but what do you think their one sticking point was?
I don't think there was one sticking point. I don't think there was. So many people have been watching this case. In opening, I said from the beginning about the witness.
Not your microphone's on mute. Am I going to do ad-libs for you too?
Oh, see, you missed it. You had an opportunity. See, you could have got me. You could have got me. That's what I get. So fun fact. Y'all hear that noise in the background? That's actually the sale on the courthouse steps. That's what's going on while Max is talking. Do y'all hear it? When he was talking, there's somebody in the back. Yeah, that's the auction. They're selling tax liens on the courthouse steps. But I like Max's approach. He's focusing it all in a positive direction. They got great things going on, and most importantly, they're getting back to their families, getting back to their loved ones. Not just like, oh, he wants to get out and he's ready to hit the club. He's ready to go out and drive a Hellcat. No, he's always pointing. All of them have always pointed that. Did you pick that up as well?
I did, because he was humanizing them. Like, everybody doesn't just get out of trial and it's like, okay, I'm going to a strip club. He wants to be home with his family. He hasn't been home in 2-3 years. He hasn't been able to hold his kids. He hasn't been able to hold anybody he loves. Like, he just wants to be home and maybe just chill for a little bit.
A little bit. We're talking about a lot of it.
He might disappear for a month or two. And then to not have the only thing is just the gun charge, like, that is amazing, because they were banking on RICO. Oh, they were banking on that.
Can we? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And we'll probably have to talk about that again. how literally, and maybe if you want to, D. Williams, maybe we'll do this another day also, and just talk about the great big airball of RICO. Like, you got nothing that sounded like RICO. RICO and Vera are somewhere in Hawaii, but they're not here at Pryor Street. That's crazy.
The burrito was like, if you have ESPN, that means you're RICO. Like, that means you're YSL. I was like, so if you're a YSL and you like sports because Kendrick played football and had a scholarship to a top university, he's a YSL slime?
It makes no sense.
What?
No sense at all.
Tell me you're a score lever without telling me you're a score. I feel like she tried to get with somebody in Cleveland and they were like, I'm good. And she was like, bet. Because that's what it's giving.
That's what it's giving. I love it.
It is. It's so bad. They went down bad on this one.
I mean, just think about it. They did all of this and got nothing.
Nothing. And Fani was ready for her little press release. Like, yeah, I got guilty. No, it worked for the teachers.
I told y'all she was ready. She was ready.
Like, I got it for the teachers. This is going to be easy. She probably had it prepared like a year and a half ago.
Oh my gosh, yes. I just saw her on a talk show, an iHeartRadio interview, where she was just talking about how great a job she's doing. And this was right before the election. So I was like, oh, okay, Fani. She was very proud of herself. Like, oh, okay, I got you.
This is now look at this circus. They have pie all over the. So who would the ringmaster be? Who we know who the clowns are.
We do indeed.
Like I mean, the ringmaster changed. I guess the judge would be the ringmaster. Had to change them twice. Like, that's crazy.
But see, the ringmaster usually, I'm going to go with the judge. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be Glanville or it's going to be Whitaker, because they're the ones that keep everything going. Because at any point, I feel like Judge Whitaker could have said, "No, we done. We're finished." But she didn't. But it is what it is.
Right. Because I'm sure she doesn't want to. I'm sure she has higher hopes than just, I guess, Superior Court. Maybe she wants to go to the Court of Appeals or Supreme Court.
Oh, Supreme Court.
Yeah. And I feel like everybody's like, okay, this is going to be my stepping stone. Like, not everybody.
Because some of these people are going to step right on out. You said they're not going to get fired. I think they need to step right on out the door.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're probably, I'm telling you, they're going to get promoted.
That's crazy.
I mean, honestly, as much as I don't like 8A Love as a prosecutor, if she was representing me, I would be quite happy because she's going to pull anything out of thin air.
Oh, she's going to get it.
She's going to find something. She's going to have the judge like, okay, come with me, judge. They're going to be like, okay, love.
I love it. Hey, real quick, thank y'all so much for here, let me get these in here real quick. Okay, thank you, Michelle, for the $2 super. She says, justice was served. Common sense rules. Bonnie Pack should be recalled. What do y'all think? I hate to say it, but the people of Fulton County got exactly what they wanted. Now, I will say this again.
It's going to be Democratic in Fulton County. So, and the person running against her was a Republican. So, of course, that wasn't going to work.
I don't think the person running against her really put in the effort to even make it a real horse race. Because I think there was horse race potential there. But we can talk about that because I don't want to leave Max in his frozen position for too long. But I want to say thank you to Nancy for the £2 super. She says, Love got 100,000 plus a raise for this case. Wow.
I would like some money too.
Right. I'm all about it. Right? Let's honor these men by calling them by their government names. They mama named her Shannon. I'm going to call him Shannon. Mama named him Diamante. I'm going to call him Diamante. I agree. Thank you so much, Amethyst.
Okay, Angel. But we have to stream his music now that he's a free man and everything. We need to stream his music, let him get back on it, you know?
That would be a great reparations. Everybody go and stream their music.
Right. Represent him. Be part of the slime enterprise. And you too can get a RICO.
You too can be an unindicted co-conspirator. Why was there no financial forensics? Thank you, Amethyst Angel.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's it. Because I just knew I was going to see crime bank record. Right. Even with my case, when they were like, oh, on Instagram, Lil Rod said, what was it? If you get a bond, you're going to get a bag. Okay, sir, did he send a bag to Eppinger while he was incarcerated? Oh, wait a minute. He didn't. Because he was just talking.
He's just talking smack.
Which is what teenagers, because everybody needs to remember he was a teenager. And his birthday's coming up, actually. But he was a teenager. Teenagers talk. It doesn't mean what they're saying is facts.
Never doesn't mean that.
Right. So what?
That's wild. All right, let's see what we got. Let's bring Max in here. Let's go, Max.
This is in blue suits and wearing the Fulton County Blues, and I think the world got to see how cases can be built the wrong way. Just finding people that are prone to lie and talking to them at their most desperate time to try to get them to say things about other people, and I think that's what happened here, and I think the jurors recognize that. And of course, regarding the 2022 case, that was on video, and I think we explained what we saw in the video, and I think the jurors likely saw the same thing.
What kind of message should this verdict send to the taxpayers of Fulton County?
Oh, I don't know about all that. The message that was sent to me is my client has a second chance at life, and we're just so thankful for that, and I know he is, and we are also just so thankful to the press for covering this, and all the people that at some point the public began to root for us, and that did make a difference, and we appreciate all the people that have been supporting us throughout this process, this long journey.
Can you speak to the conditions of the jail?
I mean, and I don't mean to, we know that Shannon was stabbed in the stomach earlier in this trial while the trial was going on. We know we had to break for a week, or at least a week, might have been 2 weeks for his recovery. I was the only person allowed to go see him in the hospital. And so that was, you know, and then Mr. Kendrick was stabbed in the head recently. So obviously those are serious, and we got to make sure we take care of people, especially people that are not even convicted of anything. And so that's I think it's something we need to address. I'm not blaming any particular person, but it's something as a society and as a city we need to take care of.
Just your reaction, what happened?
You know, Diamante and I I want to say we were surprised because given that the jury had clearly been looking at all the evidence, we thought that this was the only outcome they could really come to, but nevertheless, we were thrilled. Just, he's looking forward to getting out, getting back to his music, getting back to his family, all the supporters he's had, all the prayers, all the love. It's been wonderful. And I didn't say this earlier to everybody else, but I have got to thank Judge Whitaker. The entire case changed when she took over. We got a fair trial, and anyway, it's just a wonderful experience.
No, I ain't no regrets. No regrets. You know what I'm saying? He did what he felt like he wanted to do. So he's grown. He made his own decision.
Have you spoken to him since this happened?
Yeah.
If so, what was his reaction to today's verdict?
Today? No, I haven't spoken to him today.
How is he doing?
He's doing great. He's doing great. Honestly, he's doing great. So he don't have a word. You know, we still.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. I think it's kind of cool that his dad is still coming to the court. Rather than, you know, I got my son out, we're gonna, you know, but he's there at court pretty regularly. So, you know, shout out to Big Jeff for sure. Big Jeff, absolutely. All right, let's see.
King Slime?
I thought Jeffrey was King Slime, but I thought, I don't know. What is he making up?
It's not over for us.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean it's not over for you guys?
It's not over for us because I got another son and a grandson that was arrested about this case that I'm still fighting for.
Oh yeah, he did get revoked 10 years.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was in the very beginning too.
I still feel the same way about the DA office. It's a piece of shit.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
You know, we got to get those people out of there. If we want to continue to have justice, we got to get them out of there.
I want to say that I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I stood down, 10 toes down, every day, day in, day out. I stood by my son. It was his decision to not take the plea. And I said, whatever you want to do, I want to do. He said, no, I ain't taking the plea. He didn't take it. And we stood down. I prayed. I thank God for all the supporters all over the world. People who were supporting me, texting me, DMing me. I appreciate the love, and the love. All the prayer warriors, I'm thankful. God is good. He did his big one. They used my son rap lyrics against him. How dare they do that? It's the freedom of speech. They just did so much corruptness in this case. And they threw things against the wall and it didn't stick. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I just got so much emotion right now. I'm full. Day in, day out, going to work, having a personal life, coming back down here, sleeping in the courtroom. They having to wake me up, doing this thing over and over and over again repetitiously. Every day. Every day. My son stood up 30 months. My son stood up. And we was victorious. I'm thankful to God that a mother love went beyond the world. And I'm thankful. I never gave up on my son. Nope. Never. Nope. He said, Mama, I'm not taking it. I'm standing up. And I stood right by him every day. Every day of the week, I stood by my child. And he said, no. And I said, I'm going to stand with you. I'm going to stand with you to the end. And we stood down to the end. You never give up. No matter what's thrown against you. You never give up. Never. And he stood down. And I'm right here every day. Every day I stood up with him. Every night I prayed with him. And I told him, son, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. And I'm thankful to the people all over the world that prayed, gave me encouragement. He gave me encouragement. Big Jeff, Miss Sylvia, everybody around me. Taylor, Cole, I got so many people, my family members in Miami, Florida. Everybody that gave me hope and encouragement. India Monte stood every day. He watched them say bad things about him and disgrace him. And I had him and I raised him. Yeah. They divulged his character. They said bad things about him. But we got the victory. And in life, you never give up. Never. You never give up, no matter how bad it looked. God said he'll make your enemy your footstool. I look to the hills where my help come from. I had bad days, I had good days, I had emotional days, but I damn if I was gonna give up. And I'm thankful for everybody that's been around me in my life who encouraged me. I'm emotional beyond words. I am emotional beyond words, beyond measures. A mother love. I never will give up. And I taught him that to give up, never give up. No matter what the judicial system say about him, never get up.
Shout out to Yak's mama.
Yeah, she was there day in and day out. Like
every single.
Whenever she wasn't there, I was like, is she sick? What's going on?
Right, for sure.
Yeah, whenever she wasn't there, she was missed because it's like, no, something's wrong. Why isn't she here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
that was amazing. I know she was so happy. She gets to have her son and he's not on papers.
No papers.
He did that.
Yeah.
He did that. He knew that this was BS. I'm happy he stood 10 toes down. I'm happy for him. I'm so happy for him.
I agree 100%, man. That was great. I'm glad to finally hear to know that these men now can talk about it, that you can talk about it. Yes. Lots of people didn't want to talk about it before, but they're welcome to talk about it now and just kind of unpack it and such like that. So just give us your overall thoughts on this case, besides that it's garbage, besides it should never have been. Do you have any other thoughts as we get ready to round these bases?
Let's see. I mean, I know I didn't look at social media because after I went viral for bleach, y'all was tearing me up. Oh, I got tore up really bad.
Y'all, nobody's tearing up D. Williams. Come on.
Everybody was tearing me up. People were like, why won't she get up and talk? Like, I had nothing to talk about. So, Ryan was 9 years old, 10 years old, 11. Like, there's nothing to talk about.
No.
Like, our justice system is so, it is, I'm not going to say it is corrupt, but it's working the way they want it to work. It's supposed to be in there to put people in a lower socioeconomic status in jail. It's supposed to help racism thrive, and it's doing that. And I think everybody got a front row seat until what it looks like, because we see people like, oh, if the jury found them guilty, there must be something there. They found Rodalius guilty,
right?
Because of Mariah the liar.
Mariah the liar.
I mean, that's what I like. She brought up this whole thing where she was trapped in a basement at the last trial, right?
Yes.
She brought up that she was trapped in a basement and that her house was shot up. And the reason that nobody paid attention to that in this trial is because in that last trial, there's about 200 pages of transcript where they interviewed all the DAs assigned to her case, all the DA investigators assigned to her case, all the police assigned to her case.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you guys ever find any bullets? Like, was there any shootings or anything? No. But if you're a juror and you hear that this girl is so brave and she came up and talked about this, what are you going to do?
Right.
You're going to assume that her house was shot up. So just because somebody's either found guilty or takes a plea, it doesn't mean something happened. Like Hogan didn't even know. So I drove to the crime scene, and there's three distinct buildings. It's like 3 different apartment complexes. And this incident happened in the very back. In the very back, there's only 3 apartment buildings. That's it. So for him to get up there and say, oh, they all look the same. Okay, so was one in front of the park? Was one in between buildings? Or was one in the back? And he couldn't even say that. But he's the lead investigator. And that's who you have investigating these crimes, because they're just trying to get somebody off. Like, you know what? They're like, based on his Instagram, I think he's bad. Let's just weave a story and the jury's going to, believe it.
The story's going to go with it. Right.
And that's what happened. And DAs are so used to doing that without any evidence and getting a conviction. And now we see what that looks like when they go on a grand scale, because now people are looking at this and they're like, wait, why was he convicted? And then the people who took a plea, like the one who, I forgot his name, but he got his head shot off. But he's alive.
Eppinger?
No. It's one of
Rogers?
It was one of the witnesses.
It wasn't the police officer.
No, but you guys didn't get to see it on camera because I think they said they didn't want to show it, but his head was like indented in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And those people, they got the right people and they took a plea and it made sense.
Right.
But other pleas, it's kind of like, what happened here? And the people who took a plea who said that they actually did it, they were like, yeah, I already did it. I did my time. Why am I here? So I think people don't need to look at people who plead guilty or found guilty like they're actually guilty.
I agree.
Because that's not always the case. Clearly. And if this is happening in Fulton County, which is a liberal county, imagine what's happening in the mountains of Georgia, what's happening in South Georgia. I've been to a courthouse where they have Confederate statues in the front. What do you think is happening in those courthouses? I've been to a courthouse where there's a Confederate museum right next to the courthouse. Who do you think that jury is going to be?
Right.
Like, just be more aware of our criminal justice system it's not equal. It's not. We saw the judges tip that scale a lot.
I'm with you. I understand. Do you think that there was any intention of getting justice for the Drinks family or the Thomas family?
No. Because if there was, they would have had more evidence instead of all this speculation. I mean, honestly, after listening to this case, because I saw my client wasn't in it, so I was listening with the rest of you all.
For sure. And
after listening to Kenneth Copeland testify, I was like, I think he gave immunity to the wrong person. I think he had an actual motive, because if somebody beats me up in front of a club and a strip club, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
So let me ask a question. Do you go to Club Crucial? Tell the truth.
Do they play K-pop?
They have a K-pop night at Club Crucial, and they have Korean fried chicken. I don't think they play K-pop.
Well, darn, I'm not going.
We know you like it. We know you be down. We know you be at Club Cruise.
I mean, I'll go to a rave if they play anime, like anime theme openings or something, or K-pop or J-rock or something.
I'm unburdened by you. I'm unburdened by you. No,
you love it.
But no, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. I do think they might have given immunity to the probably the most. I mean, you had reason, you had lots and lots of evidence that you could weave together. I think they might have let him walk out. He doing 20v1 and fighting with Charleston White now. I mean,
and then the fact that he even said tell a little bit of truth and a lie, and they just go with it. And we saw that that's exactly what they built their case on.
Yeah.
Because there was no real evidence. I remember when I was sitting there looking over my client's stuff, I used to keep looking at him like, you didn't do this.
No.
The more and more I looked at it, I was like, how did you get convicted? What is this? Like, this is like in law school, you learn about all these cases and you're like, oh my God, how could that ever even happen? I did not think it would happen in Fulton County in 2024. I did not. And I know everybody's like, oh, he had a public defender. That's not, it was Mariah the liar. It was literally Mariah the liar. She told a story and the jury bought it. And then apparently in her first trial, she used to cry. Once you get her stuck in a lie, she would cry. And the jury would be like, oh no, they're badgering the witness. And no.
Got you.
And that's why everybody's like, she should have been harder on her. No, because I know she's going to cry. Mm-hmm. And if she cries, how's that going to look?
I agree 100%. Do you think that the defense should have brought witnesses?
No, they did a trash case. What is there to rebut?
Okay, that's what, because a lot of people were like, well, the defense should have, offered witnesses. I'm like, why?
They have to prove their case. If they don't prove their case, what's the point?
Right.
We're going to make it even longer? Like, for what?
No, I agree 100%.
Honestly, if I was still there, until the end, I would have had a rebuttal witness because they picked up gun shells. Like, after the whole scene was cleared, everybody was gone. About 4 or 5 hours later, they called an officer to the scene and be like, hey, there's some bullets and we think it has something to do with the shooting beforehand. So you're telling me that this lead investigator cleared the scene. And didn't even get the right location? Wow. What? And they had, because I watched the body cam, they had literal dogs on the scene to sniff out bullets.
I didn't think they even used dogs to do bullets. Like, it's crazy.
Me neither. And I was like, what are they looking for? And they were looking for bullets, and it was literally in the building behind. I'm like, where's the actual crime scene? Because now I don't even know. Is Mariah the liar the pew pew girl? Maybe.
It's very possible.
I feel like it because I'd rather send somebody I don't know to prison instead of me.
Right.
That's what I would do.
So, all right. I kind of saw this when y'all were talking with Taylor before you came on. Who's your YSL MVP?
MVP?
Most valuable. Let's go with most valuable player. It could be an attorney or witness, judge, deputy. At least probably not deputy because we don't really know a lot of them. Who you got?
You're gonna laugh at me. I feel like there are 2 MVPs and they're witnesses.
I'll let you have 2 because you're my guest. I'll let you have 2.
Lil Woody, Kenneth Copeland, because we were gone for a whole month and the judge got recused.
Facts.
And Woody Lee, because everybody got a plea. He basically ended it.
That's true.
I'll give you that. 2 witnesses, they did that. And then Woody got an immunity. What? And Woody Lee, okay, I got this from last time. Slime Life Shoddy. Y'all need to stream him. Run those numbers all the way up.
That's right. That's our reparations for Woody Lee. Everybody go check out his stuff. Absolutely.
Exactly. Get those royalties up. Those are the MVPs right there. Oh, I loved his dog.
Y'all are wild.
Yeah. I like that. Most valuable slime. I love that. I love the slime awards. I love that.
He did help the case, but let's keep it in. If Woody had never stepped in there, this case would be, I think this case would still be going. Is that fair?
Ooh, absolutely.
Y'all would
Because
still
there
have
would be no
Glanville?
reason for Glanville to be recused.
Right.
There wouldn't have been an ex parte.
We wouldn't know that word.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot that would not have happened if Kenneth Copeland had not stepped into that courtroom.
And I think because the way he was speaking, I think it was easier for everybody to follow.
Yes.
Like, oh, people do lie to the cops. Like, I found him to be very credible what he was saying. Like, yeah, I lied to them. And it was like, yeah.
I believe him. I do believe you lied to him.
And he had nothing hanging over his head, so he had nothing to lose. So
he had immunity. Yeah.
Exactly. So I thought he was great. I think he kind of set the tone for everybody else. Like, okay, just keep talking.
Right. Just keep talking.
Yeah, I think what Raina said was correct. I think we would have still been there, and I think we would have been kept going until 2025. Absolutely.
Easily. Because I mean, you live here in Georgia. They were hypothesizing that it was going to go to 2028.
I would have died.
No. There was, I think I played the news article where they were talking about like, yeah, this case is going to be going on to 2028.
Yeah, honestly, because they had more witnesses. They had like 500 witnesses initially.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lil Wayne, can't wait. But
I'm unburdened by you. She is like excited about the Lil Wayne. I'm still surprised he wasn't brought in. I'm kind of surprised.
I mean, you kept talking about the best. I was like, ooh, are we going to see the victim in this? That's the only victim I wanted to see. I was about to fangirl all the way out.
No,
like,
we're gonna need that.
I know you said I don't talk, but I was gonna be like, so let's talk about your music.
I object.
Right. What are you objecting to?
Nothing.
Hey, Wayne Carter.
You are wild. And I believe you would have did that too.
Absolutely. I'm like, do you like my jacket? My mom got it for me.
All right. So we got an MVP. Who would you say would be on your okay, who's your MVP for the prosecution? Look at her face.
Sorry, my bad.
Her face. Okay.
Atkins.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is okay. This is another question, and I'm sorry, I don't want to keep you. You're welcome to say, Jason, I got to tap out. Is it normal to keep bringing in attorneys just for like one or two segments and then them scuttle on out of there? Because they had a lot of attorneys just rolling in, rolling out, rolling in, rolling out. Is that normal?
No.
Wow.
No.
Because they had a whole slew. Remember they had the RICO expert in the beginning?
That guy, the RICO expert, he's the one who actually wrote the Georgia law on RICO.
Okay.
So that's why I don't believe he actually works at the DA's office, but he's a special prosecutor. So when there's a RICO, they pay him more money and he comes in and he just talks about RICO, which is why he wasn't there all the time, just on certain things. And so his specialty is RICO because he wrote it. But the way he wrote it, it's almost like they weren't getting their convictions the way they wanted. So they were like, throw in RICO and you could tell a tale and we could get these convictions.
I agree. I'm with you. And then also their rap expert, the guy during a pretrial motion. Was it? I don't remember his name. I want to say the last name was Carter, but I don't think he. Now I gotta pull it up.
Oh, somebody said the jurors left. I am so mad I didn't get to pull the jurors. I want to meet the anime juror. I want to meet her so bad.
Oh, really? Shout out to the jurors. If the jurors love D. Williams, they are welcome to come to DWC, become a part of the best live chat on the planet. We've been lying saying that there are jurors in the chat anyway. Like, oh, right, that's juror number 713.
Oh,
we just make it up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sorry that you didn't get it. Well, hopefully, maybe you'll get to meet her. Maybe you'll see her at
AWA. Okay, juror number 98. I will be at AWA next weekend. Please come. I want to meet you so bad. So
that is wild.
Yeah, I have a panel call. Is your favorite anime character going to jail?
What?
Because anime is so like out there, and there are certain things that people do, and I'm like, how can I mix the legal theory and anime together? So I have a TikTok, and it's like, is your favorite anime character going to jail? And I just do little clips.
Interesting.
RICO probably is going to AWA because I'm a whole slime over here.
Okay. Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Attorneys with attitudes. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Anime Week in Atlanta.
Well, there you go.
Not 007.
All right. Now, you might not have kept track.
Probably not.
Is there any way possible for me to find out how many mistrial motions were made?
You would have to literally go through Odyssey.
Oh God.
Yeah, because I lost count to the point where I was like, whoa.
Oh, there's not like a little scoreboard like mistrials, 403s.
I mean, you would see Brian still arguing something. He was sitting, not lights out. Not lights out.
President Firstborn has rolled up in here and is harassing me.
Wait, is that the name of your cat, dogs? Nate?
No, it's the name of my lovely 17-year-old.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
With the bonnet. I can't hear. Are you on mute? Now they're talking about me. Probably like, oh, that goes that anime girl. There goes her Pokemon in the back.
No, go ahead. What are you saying, big girl?
Oh, I just finished doing my hair. I redid my hair because it was flaking too much.
Okay.
What kind of style?
She has a gigantic afro.
Oh, lucky.
All right. What were you about to tell me?
I just came in here to say hi. I haven't
Hey,
seen
man.
you all day.
Because you don't love me. Did y'all bring me anything to eat?
No.
Nope. Is your mother here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think I saw her.
I hope you saw the house ain't that big. I'm unburdened by my children. Oh gosh.
Unburdened.
Yes, baby. Bye, baby. I was calling myself switching it to the monitor so she could hear what you were saying. But apparently when I did that, it mutes the microphone. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Because I was thinking you could still hear me and then she would be able to hear everybody, but it didn't work.
Oh, that sucks.
Now I learned. Okay, so there isn't a scoreboard of how many mistrials or objections or times that Love's chair was squeaking. So
I mean, honestly, for what I hear, because you guys were tearing me up, but from what I hear, people in the chat, like everybody was on it. They were like, "This is motion number so and so. Like the chair squeaked this many times. This is mistrial so and so." Like you guys had it down.
We had nothing. Wait. Who was tearing you up? Because
Everybody.
I'll fight them. Look. If you're in my live chat, you're in 0-second timeout. You're in 0-second timeout. If you were messing with D. Williams. No.
I mean, they were like anime. People were like secondhand. I think DJ Envy said something. I was like,
wait, about what?
Because I said Bleach.
Man, let me tell you this.
I was like, nobody likes anime so much where they're just going to randomly mention Bleach without a reason. Every attorney has a reason for like I was quiet the whole time, but I was quiet because my client had nothing to do with anything. And I needed the jury to understand we have nothing to do with anything. And then I also, while I was in this trial, I also learned that if it has nothing to do with me and I object to something because something doesn't sound right, I might be messing up the other counsel's strategy. Because maybe this is something they wanted to come in. And because I know, like, legally we should object, I just messed you up and that's something you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know during our segment, we were letting Mariah the Liar and Hogan just talk, because we were just letting them, okay, here's the rope. Keep going. Keep going. And bop.
Okay, so 2 questions. Explain Bleach for ghosts real quick. There's the last 30 seconds talking about some anime. This is the last time.
Oh my god. It's an anime called Bleach. And in the anime, like I used to love it. Love it. Got me back into anime. And it was back when you had to get DVDs from Netflix.
Oh wow.
And there was a whole season that they would only have like maybe 4, maybe 8 episodes on the disc. And I had to mail it back. and then wait for 2 days for my next one to come in. A whole season, thrilling season. I actually went to AWA, went to a anime convention, and found out 2-3 years later that wasn't even a part of I guess it's the equivalent of a comic book. It had nothing to do with the story. They just put it in there because they were just trying to fill time. It was literally a filler season.
Yeah.
In animes, of course, they have filler like episodes or whatever, but usually they don't do a whole season. That's just Captain Obvious. Touch my pearls.
Not clutching pearls.
And clutched. But it was like a whole filler season. And I remember I was so mad because okay, first off.
I don't think a lot of people don't realize. I mean, there is a whole generation that doesn't realize that Netflix, how it started and what it used to be about.
Yeah.
They only know Netflix for streaming.
Right.
Like my niece doesn't understand that. She's like, what are you talking about, Uncle?
Like it's so foreign, right? They're the ones who put Blockbuster out of business.
I mean, really, they did.
Like I'm a millennial. So yeah, so I was like distraught because I think I lost like 3-4 months because I was just shipping them back and forth. And I felt like it was the same as this trial. Me and my client were only there to sully up the other people. Like, oh, look, he was already convicted because he did it. Little did they know Quiet D. Williams was going to be like, but he didn't.
Right, but he didn't.
So it's not going to be that easy. You tried it.
I love it.
So
okay.
That's my speech. Sorry for the long one. Yes, it's the Bound arc. Yes, somebody likes anime. It is absolutely the Bound arc. I hate that arc. Made me hate Bleach, and I haven't been back. Absolutely. Thank you, Clifton. Yes, the Bound arc was the worst arc ever.
Are y'all speaking English? What is going on here? What is going on here? I'm gonna put all of y'all in 0-second timeout.
I do remember Speed Racer.
Yeah, Speed Racer was great. Now that I do remember. Let me ask you this: do you all and so did the defense attorneys at all collaborate and strategize at all?
Not really. We worked together, but not really, because we all at the end of the day, all I cared about was Rodriguez Ryan.
For sure. I
don't really care about anybody else. If he hurts you, I don't care because I care about Rodriguez Ryan.
I guess I was always thinking that y'all were like sitting at this big table. All right, this is what I'm about to do. No, okay, how's that gonna work with you? I really had this vision of you all like this, really planning this out. And now, yes, ultimately for the good of your client, but how, like, for example, if Mariah the liar is up here talking and you want to object to something, is that gonna mess with you, Max? What about you, Matthews? What about you? Okay. Oh, by the way, tell Matthews to call me back. What's up, House? What's going on, House?
Not Mr. Matt. I love Mr. Matthews.
Well, tell Mr. Matthews, look, come on, House. We can do this now.
The man has a flip phone, first off.
He might not even be getting my text messages.
Exactly.
Wow.
He might not.
Oh, that's messed up, man. All right, I'll call him tomorrow.
Yeah, we did not really like. If I had questions, like if anybody had questions about something or like, hey, what do you think? We could absolutely do that with each other. But as far like nobody knew what my whole strategy was. I didn't know what their strategy was.
Really?
Everybody kind of kept it close.
Got you. Captain Obvious said, would you have taken a mistrial without prejudice? Without prejudice.
I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, I don't think that they would try him again because I embarrassed them too much.
And that was another question I wanted to ask. Do you feel like the state had the appetite to come back and take another bite at the apple, or do you think they would have just said, nah, we're going to just go ahead and call it in, phone it in?
I think, well, unfortunately, my client was, already serving life plus 25.
Wow.
So I don't think it would have made sense for them to try him again, even with the new people coming in, the severed clients in February. I don't think they would have just put him on there either because it doesn't make sense. Like he's not needed.
Right.
And I'm curious to see what type of pleas they're actually going to do next time.
Mm-hmm.
And then because he has his co-defendant Blaylock in there.
Right.
So I was in the military, so I used a lot of last names, so I apologize.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. We know what's going on.
Okay, so Blaylock is, in the next batch of people. So
For sure.
I'm wondering if they're just going to let that go or if they want to keep him to sully up everybody. But as they can see, that didn't sully up anything.
It didn't.
Because I believe Ryan's verdict was in there and the jury was like, okay.
Is there any way? Okay, so would there have been any way for you to get him out of there? Let's go back to like day 1 or day 10, somewhere around there, the early portion of this trial. Would there have been a way for you to get him out of there and say, hey, real quick, we're not even supposed to be here, y'all. We don't even know what's going on. He was 9. These dudes was 19. Nobody knows what's going on. Could you have?
No.
Like, how could you have?
No, so I was the last one on this case. So
Yep.
I received this case like October, November of 2022. We know trial started in January 2023.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm trying to go through all of this discovery because I'm thinking like, okay, jury selection in January. I need to get on this really pretty quick.
For sure.
So for the first few months, I wasn't even paying attention to anything else. I was trying to get caught up.
Right.
And then as I'm going through it, I'm like, okay, what can I file? What can I file? What can I file? And there really wasn't anything.
Man, that's crazy.
And then I started talking to this prosecutor. I was like, why are we here? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, why do you guys have Ryan in this? This doesn't make any sense. I was like, he was like 8 years old when all this started. Like, what are we doing?
For sure.
And that's why I believe they really think this is a real RICO, because they were like, oh, no. He's a part of this. Like, they were very serious about he's a part of this. And I'm like, maybe I'm missing something. So I was going through those 10,000 pages of Instagram. I'm like, maybe there is a message. Maybe I'm missing something because I'm not seeing RICO. What I'm seeing is a kid who's trying to gain followers on Instagram because everybody now knows that's a way to support yourself financially.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to figure it out and I couldn't figure it out. I kept talking and I'm like, just dismiss this. I mean, I think I went to one of the prosecutors when we were on pause and I was like, dismiss this. Like, what are we here for?
Right.
And they wouldn't do it. And then I went on vacation. I feel like they waited till I left on purpose.
Wow. So do you know anything about his appeal?
Oh yeah. So
okay.
He does have a public defender for his appeals attorney. And, little secret, maybe not now, but his appeals attorney is the one that found a message from one of the victims in his murder trial that put on Instagram that he shot back. And they said there was 2 sets of bullets. And Hogan was like, oh, we can't figure out where the bullets came from. His public defender found out that it was literally somebody in the car who was shooting back. So
wow.
That means there was what? 1 shooter.
Oh.
Right. So his appeals attorneys, so I know everybody thinks that because Brian still argued orally for Blaylock, that means Ryan's attorney has to argue orally for Ryan, but that's not how it works.
Right.
Not every single appeal is going to have an oral argument. Sometimes the brief is enough. And his attorney submitted a brief and the Supreme Court hasn't asked any questions yet. So he might not be arguing because I think his brief was so strong that it might not even need it.
Wow. Okay.
So I feel pretty confident about it.
Really? Okay.
It takes a while though. So it's not going to be like they hear it in September. We're going to find something out in October. It's going to be a while.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well,
so
no, thank you.
I think he's going to get it though. I really do.
All right. This is a great question. Was the state really that not prepared or was it a strategy?
So they were not. So Love and Hilton, I don't believe was originally supposed to be on this case. And then,
Really?
right. And then as the motions hearings were going,
Yeah.
the person in charge of it, because I know you guys kept hearing Brian Still said, this other DA said they were ready, blah, 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 blah. So that attorney who was always saying like the state is ready, he quit.
Oh.
And so they had to prepare last minute.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they were kind of thrown into it, but not really, because they knew about it. I think they were always supposed to be trying. I think they were always supposed to try the case, but I don't think they were supposed to be the first chair. I think they were supposed to be like maybe like Atkins, like a little bit in the background.
Okay, so who was first chair?
I forgot his name because it was there. He was there before me.
No, with the
prosecutors,
right? With the prosecutors, who was first chair then?
That was Love. ADA Love.
It was Love. Okay.
Yeah, it was ADA Love and ADA Hilton. They were the main two. Gotcha. And then after Glanville was gone, I think that's when. No, Atkins was there in December.
Atkins was there. He was there for a long time because I called him Mute Man. So he was there during Woody. He never said anything.
I need you to look at Nancy New 12's comment because I'm not going to say it, but I'll say what she says is valid.
Okay, I have an opinion about this, and it might not be the most favorable position, but sadly, I think that the optics of One Charlie show that there is a divide between the highly melanated people, and we are literally we watched Black women scrapping and scraping, lying and cheating to throw Black men in jail, only to be defended by white people. That's crazy. There. My name is Jason, dearwokec@gmail.com. I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry, like the optics were horrible. If she did that, that shows just how messed up her brain is. Not to get the right prosecutor, not to get the right attorney, not to get the right evidence and such like that. But if she did that for the pure optics, she actually shot herself in the foot worse. My name is Jason, dearwokec@gmail.com. I'm saying.
Yes. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was just trying to say it in a nice way, but that's what happened.
No. Okay, please. D. Williams, I need you to do me a favor.
What?
Please put this question to bed.
What? Okay?
So this is the toddler throwing a fit on the cereal aisle, and it needs to take a nap. It needs to go to sleep. You ready? Please tell us.
They weren't texting.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They weren't texting. They looked through the phones. They weren't texting each other.
Oh no, remember Sprinkle had his laptop open?
No, he was looking at some evidence, but it wasn't they were not texting or emailing.
This thing right here, this thing is taking a life of its own. This comment right here. Shout out to Michelle. Thank you for the $5 super. But so many people were asking about this. This thing is alive. It's alive.
So like it's funny because some of the theories that were happening, some of them are true. Okay, and other things just took a life of their own. We were like, where did y'all come up with that?
Nathan Wade has the watch. Nathan Wade has the watch. That's one. God. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Now that you talked about that, what's a crazy one that you've heard?
A crazy theory that I need to be fired?
No, I like you. No, I disapprove of that one.
I think the craziest one I heard was Fonnie was sleeping with Williams, and that's why she brought this case.
I heard it was somebody. I heard it was Nut. That's what a lot of people said it was Nut or Mr. Thomas. That's what. Okay. That's what the street said. I ain't gonna lie. That's what the street said.
All the affairs that people were saying were happening. I was like,
right. Because no. I heard Glanville in love. I heard that one.
Even though he's happily married.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all don't be tearing up people's households.
Right.
You don't like the man. Come on now. Come on.
Like happily married with kids. Like, let's not get the parents divorced.
Right. This is we over here talking trash.
I think people were saying, oh, her body language is messed up to her client. I was like, no.
Who, yours?
Yeah. Oh, and that's when me and him were like on great terms. I was like, y'all read that one wrong.
Right. No, there have been some wild theories. I mean, when you're watching 8 hours of this a day, sometimes, I mean, Yeah, we just be making up stuff. People just be making up stuff.
Yeah, y'all definitely do.
I ain't even lie. They was
It's
making up stuff.
funny.
I'm telling you, that watch, oh my word, that watch
That
took
took
on
a
a
life
life
of
of
its
its
own.
own.
Nobody knows where the watch is, so
I'm gonna go by and check out some pawn shops up here in Cobb. I'm gonna go by some pawn shops up here in Cobb. Just say, hey, you got Jeffrey's watch up in here?
it should be worth 500,000.
I mean, really?
I'll give you 5.
Right. Yeah, they see, Renee ain't gonna even stop. Renee, get your foot off the pedal. Okay.
He's nice to if off the bench, he's nice to everybody. That's just his personality. I just think this case brought the worst out of everybody.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like if this case had been shorter, the result would have been different? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
It's 170 days. Let's just split it in half, okay? Let's just say that it was only 80 days. Do you think it would have gone differently if they? And that means they're moving fast. There are no delays, no jury days and stuff like that. Do you think it would have been different?
I think they would have had to cut a lot of the acts out. They would have had to maybe start with the net murder,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think they would have just focused on probably the murders and the robberies.
I mean, some of the other stuff was ancillary anyway. Fights at Club Crucial and
that was dumb.
shootings at the green store and the pool house. Like, what's the purpose of that?
And then the like for my client, it was a lot of Instagram posts, and I was like, really? So I think if they would have cut all the extra fluff out of it, probably. I think it would have been a lot different type of conversation.
Is it common? Because I see somebody talking about chronological order. I don't feel like the case, but it was very confusing. And I was trying my best to be gracious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, where's this starting? I have no idea where we're ending.
Right. Because I started in 2013. It was weird.
Right. It just seemed like we're jumping right into the middle of a book. And then I jumped to the front. It was not like a create your own adventure. So do you feel like that was did that hurt them?
Yeah, I think so, because it's hard to follow. And if I was a juror and I'm taking notes, I'm writing years, I'm writing names, and then you jump to a backyard, I mean, not backyard, you go from 2013 to 2018 to 2014 to 2020 to 2015 to 2022. Like, what are we doing? Yeah. Like, I don't understand what we're doing. And if I'm looking at my notes as a juror, because I'm not supposed to be looking at YouTube, I'm not even going to remember what I wrote. Like, what is this about?
Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah,
what was I
like,
talking about here?
Who's this person? They probably wrote Nuts' name so many times. I feel so bad for him.
Right.
Like, I think it would have been a completely different conversation if they would have condensed it and made it make sense. And probably not be a RICO case, honestly.
Well, I don't think it should have been a RICO to start with, but I've said that before. I said that from the word go, they should have hit them with whatever they were guilty of and kept it moving.
Like, they didn't need that. I feel like they put my client in there just to be like, look, if you find him guilty of this murder, which he was already convicted of, you guys can find everybody guilty of murder. It's like, no.
Well, that's what they was trying.
Right. No. Because sometimes the juries get it wrong, like I said, and they did.
He said they made it confusing on purpose.
I don't think they did it on purpose.
I don't think they did it on purpose either. I just don't think they are able to tell a compelling story. And I was like, man, like I said, I would have crushed that opening statement. I'd have had the jury standing up, like cheering, like let's get it on, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, because they're used to telling their tall tale. She's probably used to that Jungle Book story working.
But it wasn't a good story. Like, just because you read that you quoted the Jungle Book, that's fine. I can quote Green Eggs and Ham. I promise you, I can quote Green Eggs and Ham, and I will pass the plea, and I'll be paid. I'm just saying. Like,
are we going to say Dr. Seuss was a YSL unindicted co-conspirator next?
He going down. We about to put Seuss. Seuss is about to get on this bus right along with us. He about to be slapped.
Right. because I think I kept asking, because Keith Adams was on the RICO case of the teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I kept asking him, like, is this how they put on the trial? Because I didn't watch it. So is this how they put it on? He was like, no, it was very much like concise. So I was like, oh,
And
but wasn't sure.
Yeah, to me, I feel like, yeah, that was a whole nother thing. But I agree with you. I think the way they presented it was super problematic. So because somebody asked a question about when people get out, like, do they feel, I wonder if the guys feel withdrawal now that the trial is over. Because I mean, they've been getting up 3-4 o'clock in the morning to get shuttled to the courthouse, change clothes, be chained to the floor, this, that, and the other. And hopefully in a week, they're gonna be laying in their bed till noon. That's gonna be crazy.
I mean, I'll just speak for myself because I was literally on vacation when it ended for me and my client.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back, I felt like I was going through a depression because I was so used to like getting up every morning, waking up at the crack of dawn because I live like an hour and a half away from the courthouse to get there on time. I had an exact time where I need to eat. I knew, like, I would space out when I drink my water because I know when I need to use the restroom. I know I need to time it properly. Like,
right.
It was very structured. And then I just came home and I wasn't able to take clients and I had nothing to do.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I need to get some clients because I need some money.
I know that's right.
And then I couldn't figure it out.
I don't think they got released yet, Rhoda, because I think both defendants caught some cases while they were in jail. Am I right?
Yes.
So I don't think they get to go just yet. But Max talked about it. I don't remember which one Shannon got caught with, but Max talked about it. I know Diamante also got a case. One was with contraband, the other one was with a weapon, I think, or something like that. So hopefully by Christmas.
Yeah, they're not going to be released tonight, but hopefully the state will just let the charges go or at least give them a bond.
Right.
I mean, because Shannon's going to be on probation anyway, so I don't understand why he wouldn't get a bond.
Good point. Good point. Oh, yeah, he got caught with a cell phone. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they were just surviving. I mean, it's jail. You can't do anything. I mean, it is what it is.
You think any chance that Rice Street's going to get any better?
Unfortunately, I feel like they're going to give them a ton of money to build a new jail because of this. They'll be like, look at all these stabbings, look at all this, look at all that. And I think they're going to get a lot of money to go to the Fulton County Sheriff's Department to build a new jail. The money could go into the streets of Fulton County.
Right,
so we can actually rehabilitate people rehabilitate people who get released and maybe do some preventative education. Because I know ADA Hilton's closing statement really bothered me.
Tell me why.
Because me and Ryan are not there anymore. And your closing statement made it very clear that you wanted to show these people are corrupting the youth. And instead of dragging Ryan down here to sit here every single day so you can show him that the justice system is going to bully him, not only once when they gave him that bogus guilty verdict, but 2 times. And you're going to say, you know what, he's a victim, but we're going to charge him. That bothers me because if you really thought that he was a victim, why didn't you do something in the beginning? If you really thought he's been with them since forever, why weren't you guys helping him when he was in the schools? Like when he was in elementary school, middle school, high school, why didn't you help him then? Why is your form of help is to put him in prison for life? Because there's no way he gets out and he's functioning as a regular 20-something-year-old adult.
Got it.
That money needs to go to him because he's going to need rehabilitation. He's going to need counseling. He's going to have to adjust because he's been in jail since he was 15 years old.
Wow. This was Doug's first criminal trial.
Yep.
Shout out to Doug.
Because he was a IP
Civil.
attorney, I believe.
Yeah.
So he does a lot of federal cases. So this would be his first, it's his first criminal, and he got a not guilty because Doug has all that passion.
He does. He does. I'm a little bit mad that I'm not going to hear Jay Apt again. Jay was, I like hearing Jay, I ain't gonna lie. Jay Apt. We call him the not Doug, the anti-Doug or the not Doug. He kind of looks like him, but he's not. He's like, he kind of looks like him, but that's not Doug. I like him, man. He was a lot of fun.
He does a lot of high profile cases. I'm sure you're going to hear from him again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right. Well, D. Williams, I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for stopping by. Everybody put D. Williams in the chat. I just want to see D. Williams. I just want to see D. Williams just flood the chat. Let's go. Because this was great. Thank you so much for coming on. I did not expect you to come and have you come by.
You can thank Taylor for that one.
Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Taylor Umbridge. But no, and please let her know y'all love her, so we know, so she knows where this is a safe place. The best live chat on the internet is a safe place. We want her to know that. But no, thank you
there's
again.
no remedies for Hilton lying. I mean, there could be a bar complaint, but probably not.
Can you speak to that? Because a lot of people want, I've seen it. They want, Fonnie disbarred. They want Judge Cross disbarred. I'm like, it doesn't work really like that. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like it has to be the person who was wrong. So it would have to be one of the clients, which I doubt, because I'm pretty sure they don't want to have anything to do with anything anymore. It would have to be maybe a defense attorney. And I think I think this was embarrassing enough. For what?
Right.
Yeah, there's really nothing anybody can do because prosecutors have been lying and it's been working.
Wow.
And like I keep saying, like somebody said kawaii. I think
I'm unburdened by the anime.
I think the biggest thing that anybody can do, and I'm gonna keep saying this, is don't lie your way onto a jury, but be on a jury. Listen to the evidence. If you don't think it makes sense, don't try to make it fit. Just find them not guilty. And the more people start saying not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, prosecutors are going to have to be like, whoa, I think we need to get more like real facts and real evidence and real witnesses on this before we go forward, because we keep getting all these not guilties. That's not a good look for them. And that's how they get their money, because if they keep getting convictions or pleas, then, okay, the prosecutors are doing their job because clearly these people are guilty.
I got you. Okay. No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that's my soapbox.
We'll get on
be
that
honest to your public defender. They're trying to help you. If you're combative, what do you want us to do?
Be honest with your public defenders. There you go. All right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. What are your thoughts about the material witness warrant issued for a little D? Did the state do something shady since they knew that he had proved by the audio recording to his father where he was, as proved by his audio recording to his father?
I think if you have to do a material witness warrant because somebody doesn't want to come testify, what's the point? Because it didn't help, clearly.
It really didn't.
I mean, if somebody doesn't want to come, what kind of answer do you think you're going to get? Honest. And then because everything was so old, just leave them alone. And then, of course, they're scared at this point because people keep getting revoked on probation left and right. It allows people on probation, so they don't want to be revoked. Like, just leave them alone. It's not fair to have the justice system act as a bully.
I got you. So I think to build off of Captain Obvious's question, did somebody do something wrong that should be like, would little D be able to file a complaint that they arrested him when they knew where he was?
He could. He could probably have a civil rights violation. Okay. So he could sue. He could probably get some money, actually.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think those are some questions we were wondering, like, and then also, did they lie to Judge Whitaker, or was Judge Whitaker complicit in it to sign the material witness warrant?
I think most judges are complicit. I think it's rare that you actually see one that's like, this doesn't make sense. I mean, we saw that Viverito doesn't even do reports. She just does warrants.
Right. Which is wild.
Right. They just do these affidavits. It's like, what is this based on? A witness.
Oh, well, like, who is the witness?
Right. Who's number 56?
Who is juror number 56?
Oh, apparently he was the foreman.
Yeah, I just dropped the link.
He did an interview.
He did an interview, but he also did a little TikTok. A YouTube short. I just dropped the link for him. Yeah, I didn't show you.
I don't think so.
We didn't watch this. Oh, you know what? You and Taylor were not there yet, and not come in yet. All right, so because you're here, I'll watch it again.
Some other point in the meantime.
Okay, let me bring it back. All right, so this is juror number 56. Like he's become a meme too. Like
as he should. I liked him.
He took a life of his own. Okay, here he comes real quick.
He was over it. Oh, now he has graphic. Oh wait, no.
Sorry about that. Let me back that up.
Sorry.
I was one of the jurors for the YSL. I can file a report that I was one of the jurors for the YSL court case here in the state of Georgia, the longest court case in the state history. We just wrapped up a few hours ago, delivered the verdict for two of the remaining individuals. A long time, a year and some change. It took us about 4 or 5 days to deliberate, and now we can get back to our normal lives. I talked to my sister not too long ago. I'm the infamous juror number 56, as well as the foreman, and we'll talk more about this court case at some other point. In the meantime, I'm going to relax, get my life back to normal, my regular routine, and get back in the friendly skies and travel around the world. And yeah, we'll talk soon. All right. I can file a report.
All right. So
that's not my anime juror though, but I like him.
Anime juror.
It's not my anime juror.
Hashtag anime juror. We need the anime juror to come up.
I want her so like nobody has any idea how bad I want to talk to her. It'll probably be Lil Woody and juror 56, probably.
Look, that'll be crazy. Juror 56 and Woody in a Hellcat running stoplights in Atlanta. No, don't do that.
So funny.
That would be terrible. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm sure they're gonna be coming out of the woodwork. They're gonna be all over the place. I hope they get all the money they can get.
Same. I hope he comes back.
Every dollar you can get. Every dollar.
Mm-hmm.
But do it for free. Yeah, come over here to DWC for free. Come on, help your boy out, man. Come on. I'm just a poor pre-K law student. Help me out. But again,
I'm a poor attorney. Help me out.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you are always welcome. I'll make sure you have all my contact information. And you are always welcome if you ever want to come over and talk, or something crazy happens. You want to talk about Johnny Somali over there in South Korea getting in trouble. Right? I'm gonna be talking about
stain. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've been talking about it a little bit, but it's been a while. That's wild.
Right? Like was it Paul Logan or the other Logan that did that thing in Japan and he got
it was Jake Paul.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was one of them. That was like, did you really go there just to do that? There's something wrong with you.
Extra wrong.
Ugh. Yeah.
Look, the foreman got his own meme. He's becoming a meme.
As he should. It should be him in the plane and everything.
I agree. But thank you again, though. Again, you are more than welcome whenever. I'm glad that we met, and this was a lot of fun. Clearly, Taylor hangs out with good people, so you are welcome over here at the Best Live Chat whenever. You are co-indicted, rather an unindicted co-conspirator.
Absolutely.
So make sure you're just aware of that. As you know. You're well, but
thank you, Captain Obvious. Even though you said AWA is a snooze fest, I'll forgive you.
Wow, you still remember that?
Absolutely.
That was like 45 minutes ago, man.
I don't care.
That would have been an hour ago. Forget that.
I have been looking forward to this all year.
That is so wild. But again, if anybody didn't know, this is, of course, Attorney D. Williams from the YSL trial. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us this evening, answering all our crazy questions. If you ever feel like you want to come answer some more, please come on back over. If not, I'm going to come track you down. I know where you're going to be this weekend, at least.
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Where am I going to be next weekend? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But D. Williams, thank you again. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Your people in your chat were amazing. I'm happy for content creators like you because, like, after I was gone, I wasn't really paying attention to the trial anymore.
Oh, okay. What is the likelihood? 0 being completely never checked it at all. 10 being that they're a part of the best live channel on the internet. What is the likelihood that the jury did not at all check social media during this trial?
They definitely because even if they didn't want to like look at it, if they had Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, as soon as you keep going to the courthouse on a daily basis, they start giving you things to your feed based on your location.
Location, yeah.
Right. Because
I forgot about that. Yeah, location. Yeah.
Yeah. Because and then when you talk about things, I mean, you're in the courthouse, your phone's picking it up, they're hearing trial stuff. You must want legal stuff. Here you go. So there's no way, even if they weren't looking for it, it was there.
I don't know. You might have a little fan over here. This Mr. Clinton Thomas over here.
I mean, I'll see you next weekend.
Uh-oh.
I'll see you at AWA.
What are we watching? What fixing her hair and all this kind of stuff?
I mean,
hold on now. Wait
thank
now.
you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei Thomas.
Yeah, I don't think there's any possibility. But do you think that mattered at all? Like, do you think it changed anything?
I mean, if it did, it probably helped the defense. Because, I mean, just like I thought I was getting gaslit, like, is this how this case is really supposed to be going?
Right.
Maybe they thought that they were being gaslit. Like, I know trials don't happen like they're supposed to happen like on TV, but this cannot be it.
Yeah, it was definitely not my Law and Order episodes.
At all. Like,
it was
not
a little bit,
all.
a little bit different than my Law and Order, for sure.
Right? So if they didn't, I mean, I don't think it would have mattered. This case was such a fire. I want to say so many curse words, but I know I can't.
Well, we appreciate you holding it together. Hold it together.
It was a dumpster fire. Explicitive.
There we go. But again, D. Williams, you are more than welcome again whenever you need to.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for brightening our day, everybody. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. I'm gonna get out of here because there's somebody who was cracking jokes. I don't even know if my wife is home, but I hear her upstairs. So I need to go. I need to at least go speak to my bride before 10 o'clock.
Have a good night.
Jason was got it. Everybody, thank you so much. I'll see you real soon. Grace and peace. Take care, everybody.
Hit that like for a deal with Christian. Yo, for a deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for a deal with Christian. For a deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for a deal with Christian.